All right, there we go.
We're going to talk boxing. We're going to talk politics. We're going to talk money. We're going to talk life. We're going to talk fitness. We're going to talk death. We're going to talk about before. We're going to talk about the after. But we ain't going to talk too much.
Yeah.
I don't know who told him to put this song on, but it sounds kind of West Coast.
Come on now.
I like this right here. He act like he know I used to freestyle. He act like he know I used to freestyle. I'm almost ready for it.
You better not jump on that then, huh? Don't make me go there.
I'm going live with G5.
Shoot, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Real talk, we going live.
Doing it big.
Hello, Houston.
All right. Shoot. Who we got in here? We got Brandon Hicks up in here doing his thing.
Hey, Hello, Houston. Hello, Houston.
All right, salute G5 from Raleigh, North Carolina, checking in. Bam, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hello, Raleigh.
Yeah.
Where the camera at? Right here.
Yeah. So tell your people, make sure they go on another device and go to 5Cast so we can see their comments as well.
Okay, guys.
So this way we can answer their comments.
If you want to go to his thing to say your comments, we're going live.
It's on YouTube.
On this screen.
And that's what y'all will see.
I don't know how to see it. It's at YouTube, and that you'll be on that screen, and you can ask me questions.
Yeah.
You can comment.
All right, we got Anita Blue in the building. That's what I'm talking about, Anita. Get some people in the room. Anita. That's what we talking about. Yeah, the beginning of a new era up in here.
Oh, he throw the new era on me. Y'all hear him though? Y'all hear me speaking?
That's the song.
You know, I came from that dope era.
Listen, that's the song right there.
Or should I say the dope era?
That's the song right there.
With my little classic voice.
That's the song.
Let's go.
That's what the song is about.
Okay.
It's about coming out the gutter. Not no projects.
Mom's would try to move around the corner from the gutter. She was kind of bougie.
Okay. Well, we all got that somewhere around. But truthfully, that's my little brother there.
Okay.
And we some East Coast boys.
How do I ping this?
I don't know how to ping this.
What, East Coast, New York? East Coast,
North Carolina.
Raleigh?
Charlotte.
Yeah. Alrighty. Hi, Anita.
All right.
Hello, Houston. Hello, Houston.
All right. Yeah. What's going on, good people? How we doing today?
I am.
Hey, I ain't brought you in yet. I ain't brought you in. Look, she's so fired up. Jada's so fired up. She ready to come in before it's time to come in. You know, she ready to jump in before the double dutch jump rope start moving around. You know what I'm saying? I told you I got to bring you in right. I'm gonna bring you in when I bring you in. You understand? You're gonna think you Cedric Entertainer coming out or something.
Hey, y'all, he gave me this energy.
You know what I'm saying?
He gave me this energy, y'all. I was in a G5.
Hey, come on now. Hey, this is the deal. I'm waving flags tonight. That's what I'm doing. I'm waving flags. First thing I had to do, I got to pop this out. You know what I'm saying? If you notice, I'm rocking this gear here. Look at this left sleeve. Now, see, I used to wear a flag on the sleeve right here. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the military. But what I got on it, I got my wink and drink banner. That's what we're doing. Wink and drink. You know, we have these we have these coming out. Well, they have these coming out. Okay, we're gonna make sure everybody's winking and drinking and being safe and everything.
He act like he ain't on Weekend Drink. You know you on too.
Listen. No, I'm on the profile. My pro. Hey, are you on there? That's the question.
I was thinking about it.
Come on. Hold up. How many people got on live over there? How many people you got on over there?
We got about 15.
Okay, hey, all 15 of you. This is what I need y'all to do. I know y'all can hear me. And I need y'all to go to your phone and go to the App Store. And I need you to download the app Wink and Drink. Now, if you support her, because you on here right now, you would download that app right now. And once you download it, give her a thumbs up. Now, you said 15 people up there, right?
Yes.
So we should see 15 thumbs up if they support you like that. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and say what you got to say to your people over there on your phone to make it happen. Come on, Jada. You got that thing.
I see my brother over there. You know,
your brother got it.
Sean, you know, get on that winking.
Wink and drink.
Wink and drink, which is the awesome app. You guys go ahead and download the app. Wink and drink. Make sure you check me out and give me a thumbs up because
we can't even start until we got you brought them up. You brought them into the building. You know what I'm saying? We let you bring them in now. So we need them to go ahead and do what they got to do. This is what they do.
All right. Everybody download the app and get
download that app because I got to bring her in. I got to bring her in. Yeah, you like that right there, don't you? Look at you.
You said it's the dope era. He told me this song was called the dope era. So what y'all think?
No, it's new era.
The new era.
The new era. Nah. Yeah, it's about that wink and drink. Yeah.
It's about that wink and drink. Make sure you get a little thing about what you want to do. Make sure you know what to do. Make sure you flow with your crew.
Hey.
You wink and drink. And you roll with your dude.
What? Go Jada. Go Jada. Go Jada. Go Jada. Go Jada. Go Jada.
Ride like this beat, I'ma slide.
We got wink and drink. We got that wink and drink. We got that wink and drink. We got that wink and drink.
Hey, wink.
We got that wink and drink.
Wink.
We got that wink and drink.
Make sure you flirt. Don't wear that skirt too many. We got a wink and drink.
Oh, we got a wink and drink.
We going live.
We got a wink and drink. All right. That's what I'm talking about. The energy is fire right now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special episode here. I had the honor of meeting this young lady, you know what I'm saying, not even a week ago. Yeah. This is how crazy it is. A week ago, I met this young lady, and I met her in the great room of Hello Houston. That's how we do it down here in Houston.
Hello Houston.
We're doing it. They're doing it, and I'm just in there. You know what I'm saying? Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Yes. Okay, we got Andy, we got Anita, and we got Tristan doing their thing, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And they're doing it Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So make sure you're there. So I heard her talking. Her voice was so powerful, you know, and what happened was I was listening to her, and then all of a sudden my phone said, hey, you need to go in and professionally slide in her DM real quick. So I professionally slid in her DM, and what resulted from that was a wonderful conversation. And we were on the phone for a few minutes when we finally talked, you know. So, you know, she sent me her number. We talked, and it was so powerful that when I got off the phone, I had to just be quiet and just shut up because what she was saying to me was just prolific. And it wasn't just even about her at the end. She said something to me that I don't know how she got it, but something sent it to her. And she told me something. And I don't know if she realized what she told me, but she told me something. And it was just that powerful that it made me just really sit down for a minute. You know, when I tell you this is going to be a great evening, you know, we talked earlier today. She was getting her thoughts together and everything because
vibe.
Okay, all right. We're back. I know it paused for a second.
Okay.
All right, so we're back on video. We good to go. Okay. All right. So my thing is, I said, no. I said, you're gonna have the floor tonight. I said, because one, I want you to take your time. I want you to say what you need to say. And when I tell you this conversation tonight, it's a book and a movie all in one. I promise you. And I don't even know really everything she's gonna say, but just from a little bit that I know, and from what she told me, that she's ready to. It's things that she ain't even said before. So that means I'm getting exclusive, and I love them exclusive. That's what I love exclusives. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like I'm special when I do that. You know what I'm saying? When we get some exclusives. But I appreciate it so much. I mean, so if you go to a profile and you look at it, and when I tell you, man, she is doing the thing. I mean, doing the thing. If you got Instagram right now, I need you to go to @getfit_2_stay fit. I need you to go there and check that profile out. That's what I need you to do. I need you to go there and check out that work that she does. I need you to go there and see that she had a baby just a few months ago. And listen, when she came out in some red bottoms, when she stepped out of there, and little waist, what? What?
Where?
What baby?
Where that baby came from?
What baby?
Hello?
I don't know. Listen.
Where that baby came from?
Somebody had a baby for her or something. You know what I'm saying? They did the surrogate thing or something went on. But I can't believe that. But no, it's she does great work for the community. I mean, them hands are straight. So you try to run up on her, she gonna put them hands on you like ooh, lightning. You know what I'm saying? Being trained by, Mayweather's father, Mayweather's uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to name a few and what she does. But besides that, she gives back. When I say she gives back, it's about empowerment. It's about making women strong, making women stronger. You know what I'm saying? She does things for the youth. You know what I'm saying? At George Forman Center, you know what I'm saying? She does an annual camp there for free to get kids in off the street, to talk to them, to mentor them. You know what I'm saying? She's a philanthropist. She goes out here and she spends her life serving. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And if we can all take a lesson from this lady here, you know what I'm saying? We really can. And so without further ado, I'm not going to talk anymore because I'm just ready to sit back and see what's going on today. Your friend, my friend now, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be cousins because what happened is everybody come here with cousins by the time you leave. It's Miss JADA. Yeah. All right. What's going on now? How you doing?
What's up, cousin?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? What we got to do. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what we got to do. So how we feeling today?
Well, first of all, I want to thank God for everything, for creating me and creating you.
Ooh, come on now. He did a creation on us.
Yes. And I want to thank you for inviting me. And
right.
the day that you caught me. You caught me.
Okay, I called you.
Yeah. So you must be some kind of, one of them angels or something. I don't know what they call them, with them people that God sit down to save other people.
Well, that's all of us. he said he sent all of us down here.
Yeah, because your hand caught me right before
I
almost was.
No.
Yeah, we all go through it. I'm sure you can have your days.
Yeah, man, please. I probably have them every day.
Get through it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, got to keep it moving to do it.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so we'll get to that piece right there, right? But the thing I need to know is who JADA is, okay? Where JADA came from. Because you told me today you from the Oakland. You know what I'm saying? From the
East Oakland.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. You got to get it right when we talk about Oakland and stuff like that. You can't just go talking noise out there.
Yeah, well, my name is Rashida, actually.
Rashida? Okay, slide that mic a little closer to you because I need to get the
Yeah, my name is Rashida, actually. Okay. Yeah, I was born Rashida.
Okay, Rashida. Yeah. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
All right.
I was Rashida all the way until I was about 23, 24.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a movie came out, Set It Off. Stony.
Oh shit!
JADA.
Come on,
them braids she wore. You know how she went up in that bank and
Yeah.
ran that game on that bank, man.
No. Well, hey, listen, but you better rewind the tape for me now because I need to know what happened between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't jump up too high for me.
Yeah,
I need to learn the Rashida life.
Yeah, so my name is Rashida. I was born in Oakland, California. Born to a single mother.
Okay.
My father was around, but
okay, rep all the single mothers. That's what I'm talking about. Give them props.
Yeah, but at an early age, I chose the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom was a really good mom. She worked 2 jobs to take care of me. I mean, she was never home.
Okay, man. Latchkey.
Yeah.
I'm with you now. I was old latchkey kid now. That's what I did. Yeah, my latchkey game was strong.
Yeah, so I was home a lot waiting for mom, and I ended up hanging out.
Okay.
Going to hang out.
To hang out, huh?
Yeah. So in Oakland, California.
Hanging out in Oakland.
Seminary to be exact.
Come on now. Oh, you don't the lane and everything.
Yes. And in Oakland, California, I grew up. I grew up a pretty normal life. I was very intelligent. I was in an upward bound program. Loved school. I used to give competitions with kids, see who knew their homework the fastest.
Okay. So what age range was this?
From like maybe kindergarten to like all the way to graduation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Graduated high school.
Okay.
Yeah. But in between those times,
that's what we need to
and
get
in
on.
those times.
I need to get that Rashida time right there.
Yeah. So around the age of 10, 11,
Okay.
imagine that, 3rd, 4th grade.
Right.
I developed this attitude, this selfish attitude.
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, my mom tells me about it all the time.
What?
A change went through in my life.
So that's like typical teenage rebellion, right?
Well, I wasn't too typical.
I don't know. Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's a story that most people don't know. Some people, they just look at me and see Jada or they see Rashida.
Okay.
But on seminary, I'm Little Roach.
Hold up. Time out.
Yeah.
Time out now. We just talked about Snake last week when I was talking to Vanity. But now, because I know how the snakes roll now, you say Little Roach. Now, to get a name like Little Roach, now, let me tell you, you got to be a little quick, short, mean little joker that slide up in.
Yeah, I ran track, but when they turned, we used to live on Seminary. So on Seminary was a liquor store in the front. My auntie lived there. Okay. And my mom lived around the corner in the bougie area. Oh, okay. My auntie lived in the housing project. So when my mom was at work, right, I would be at my auntie's house.
Okay, because that's where the fun was at, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's where the fun
Imagine
was at.
the age, 10, 11, 12 years old.
10, 11, 12. That's where we at.
Yeah.
All right.
So I would hang out a lot in front of the store, and in front of the store, the police would come up. So when the police would come by, they would shine their light. Why would I take off running? So I would take off running so fast. Right. It's you like the little roaches. You know, when you turn it on, when you turn on the light, where the roaches, they disappear. So I got that name, and I developed that name there. Right. Yeah.
So okay, so you got Little Roach just because you're speed then. Yeah. You just had speed.
I had speed. Right? Okay. And then when I got here in Houston.
That's not bad to have a name by Little Roach coming up.
And they said what a roach was. I'm like, well, that's scary. I'm not that kind of roach. Right. Yeah. So yeah, people were calling me Roach, and I went on. I lived with that name for a while.
Okay then. So as you're about 10, 11, 12, 13, you're in high school now. So you still living up the Little Roach name?
Yeah, 7th grade. I was actually a drug dealer.
Okay, come on now. You were moving weight out there. Was you moving weight, or you just on that corner?
I ran into some corner hustlers, and I started corner hustlers.
Okay, so what is the thing that intrigued you about it, and what made you get into it? Like, what made you just stay Little Roach from running because the cops were shining lights and say, you know what, I'm about to go move some packages?
It was a car, like a Mustang 65.
You saw a 65 Mustang,
and it had gold rims on it, and it was a dude.
He had some Daytons on it,
and he used to come through our neighborhood.
That perm was right.
And the music, I said, "Hi."
Come on now.
And then it was another dude. He came through in a Typhoon. They used to come through in all these fancy. Okay. And they used to just stand, I would say, like the stage.
What?
Yeah. And I would hang out, and I would just look at it, and I would look at it, and I would look at it. Right. And they would shoot dice. I would go up to the dice games, and I was excited about it. I would see the money, and I would see the guys, and I was like, whoa. Right. But imagine a little bitty girl. And so they used to look at me like, go in the house, go in the back. No.
No, you out here with the things that's going on.
So I actually stole someone's drugs.
Okay.
And that was my first start of 50 Rock. I had stole it. Okay. And I was like 12, and I hung out. I started doing my overnighters. I mean, it's been a long road. Yeah, I did all anything you can imagine, street life.
So were you worried during that time when you took your first 50 pack? I mean, was you?
Well, maybe when I got shot.
Okay, hold up. Now we ain't gonna move that far yet. We ain't move that far. I'm still working with this 50 pack you got. Okay. So during that time, you took somebody's stuff and you said that. So you knew how to move it. You know what I'm saying? So what was that first rush like for you once you got the money for that? Because you took it, so you didn't have to pay no re-up.
The person that they thought took it, I seen them get knocked out. So the person they thought took it. Right. So I was safe then.
Okay. Because it was already
they knocked him out. He fell.
The disposition already happened. So you know right now I got the money. I don't have to pay no re-up.
I knew I was safe.
So I'm coming in hot right now.
Crazy lifestyle as a kid, right? And my mom worked for Macy's, so she sent me to classes where I could have etiquettes, and she wanted me to be, you know. Right. And so for her, it was like, what is going on?
But meantime, you were still going around the corner, hanging around at the aunt house.
At my auntie house.
Making these moves. So you telling me you were running things like that at night, but then you were sneaking back at the mom's house?
Turned 50 into 120. Took that 120, bought me a quarter. Turned that. Within a week, I was buying zips.
Come on now. Yeah. So you know how to move. And then was it that people knew you were doing it, right? At that point, right? So I'm saying, so somebody was giving you, so they knew that you was in the game at this point. So was it a respect thing because they say, hey, she's a female, she's a little female out here doing her thing? Don't mess with Lil Roach, man. Lil Roach cool, man.
I got some interviews.
Okay.
I'm working on my documentary. I had to go back and ask them.
Okay, right. Yeah, that's some stuff you just want to go ask now. People.
Yeah. I had to ask a 25-year-old man, what were you thinking hanging out with me?
Right.
Why did you never try to touch me or anything? That's the thing. I'm like, they never tried to be my boyfriends or anything. Right. You know, and then the big dude came home.
Okay.
Big dude. And his name was Amin.
Right.
And he ended up being my child's father.
Okay. Amin. All right. So at this time, how old are you at this time?
I'm 17. 17 when I met Amin. 15, 16, we knew each other, but 17 when he decided to say, hey, come on, I'm gonna get you an apartment.
Okay. Okay. So we got somebody here to take care of you a little bit. Bring you on.
I hate that he did that to me.
Come on now.
Spoiled me.
No, he
came
didn't.
From a family that knew how to treat women.
Ooh. so that game was strong.
Oh my God.
He knew how to rap.
The bathwater was red.
What?
It was a wonderful experience. Yeah, but he was a big drug dealer. Drug dealer. You know, a big drug dealer. He told me that $100,000 was nothing.
Right.
You know, he showed me how people can have the shoes, the jewelry, the fancy things, and not own anything.
Right.
He wouldn't let me rent cars. He wouldn't let me do car notes. He wouldn't let me. He was a purchase man.
Okay. Okay. So he moving weight. Got it.
Scary lifestyle.
He moving weight out here. Okay. I got it. So
and you know what that comes with, right? They say 2 options, right?
Price. There's one option. There's a price. And so with price,
it was his life.
That's price. That's what we call it. I'm from the East Coast, so I know you're from West Coast. East Coast, you know, when you move like weight, it's just it's just a price.
What you have to pay for at the end.
It's a price. Man.
So
okay, so now you're 17. Okay, you're 17. You're pregnant.
17. No, I'm 17. I'm getting ready to graduate from Oakland High School.
Okay.
I'm still going to school every day. I'm in a drop Mercedes Benz. I'm in a 5.0. I'm in a Corvette.
And you're driving to school.
Every other day I'm driving to school.
And you're driving to school.
I got pounds. You know, I got what you need.
So you moving and you going to school.
My first little Rolex. My first little. Oh yeah.
Oh,
that life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so. 18, he went to jail.
Okay, so
and he told me to visit him. I had to marry him.
So what did you do?
I said, I don't think marriage for me.
What?
Yeah, I was headstrong.
But hold up, Jada. Back up a little bit. Now I gave you a good life. Now you know, so I gave you a good life. So now you tell me you ain't gonna marry me?
So we did this little paperwork where I was still able to come visit him and do the commentary video.
Okay. Get the conjugals in. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so I came back 18.
So you're still 18. All right, got it.
I went to nursing school.
Okay, hold up. Stop. Pink flag on the play. So you say you're around here moving weight, doing visitations, and you had the mindset to go to nursing school.
Yes, CNA. Became an LVN.
Okay, so
I took phlebotomy courses, seen the RNs, how much money they make. I was like, oh God, I make that in 2 weeks.
But what made you do the nursing thing? Like what made you even think to want to go do nursing?
Because I knew I was a woman and I knew the streets wasn't for me. And I always was intelligent. I love school. I love to learn. I love to be around people. And I didn't know my purpose then. But my purpose was to save lives. My purpose was to change lives. My purpose was to understand the body.
Right.
And he was actually a fitness freak.
Okay.
He would work out all the time. Like, no, you know, I wanted to shoot dice and hit fences and kill people if they didn't have our money. He wanted to drink water and take vitamins and pray.
Because you did say his name was Amin.
Amin. He came from a good family.
Okay. So, I mean, what was his faith?
His mother. When I tell you this story,
okay,
I don't know how this has happened to me.
Right.
But his mother was a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
And his father was a Muslim.
Okay.
So he was in between that battle.
Right.
And I introduced him to Christ. I introduced him to God. He had his first Christmas.
Was it while he was inside or when he was out?
When he was out. He was so smart, and the money, you pay a lawyer, they give him 60 days. He was out. He would get out. He never had to do any really hard time.
Okay, so it wasn't hard. So when he went in the time when he was saying, "Hey, marry him," was it for a short time period for that one, or was it one of those long term?
You guys, it was always what he would call a 60-day op. So he would have to go to San Quentin prison for a 60-day op, and his lawyer gonna beat it, and he'll be home.
Okay, got it. So you was moving like that,
and that was his mindset.
Okay,
yeah.
So what did that do for you as far as your mind, as far as seeing things like in the mindset of like, okay, this is Mr. Untouchable. My life is gonna be butter forever because no matter what, if he goes in, he's gonna come out. It's kind of like daycare. So. How did that make you feel though?
Well, when I turned 19 and I started, after I finished CNA, I started going to a university, and I started hanging around people who were into different things. So I started meeting intelligent people that were traveling, people who own corporations and businesses, and I started to introduce him to things like that. Like we can take our $50,000 and $100,000 and invest into this and do that.
Okay, so when you first started going to college for their university. Was it an easy transition for you to bring the information back to him? Was he responsive to it, or did he kind of like, girl, please get away from me with that mess?
He was like, I already know you can live the white man's world.
Okay, so that was his mindset.
Yeah, he was like, I already know you can live the white man's world. I can make what they make. It was money for him. It was it was like, if I can count this on my fingers, you know, and put it under the mattress, we could.
Right.
That was his mindset for a while. Until I started rapping.
Hold on. Listen, Rashida, you ain't about to do this because we Rashida at this point.
Google me
at that point. So you telling me you said nursing school, you did the nursing stuff, then you started going to university.
Yes.
And what were you going to university for?
I was going for accounting.
Okay, so you're going for accounting. Yeah. Okay, going for accounting. You telling him, hey, we can do this. He's saying, nah, I'm good. And all of a sudden you said you about to be Mac Dre.
He went to jail again.
Oh, okay. So you didn't say that right there. You didn't say that right there.
So he went to jail again. So and when he would go to jail, it would be different. When he would go to jail, we wasn't making money every day. We wasn't making money every day. So my expensive habits was like
eating up stuff.
No, it was like you're not driving a Benz, a Porsche, and you only driving this little Benz.
Right.
You only getting $500 to spend. All the bills to be paid. You only getting $500 a month.
Right.
Sit in the house.
Okay. Well, we gotta get the lawyer fees together.
It's like sit in the house. Just sit in the house and come visit me. No, you don't need to do nothing.
Okay. And how did you feel about that?
I went and hung out with Mac Dre. No. Well, actually, I actually met a guy from my neighborhood. His name was Joe Flowers.
Okay.
His name was the Gov.
The Gov, like the governor?
Yes.
The Gov. So okay.
Yes.
That kind of, names meant something. You know what I'm saying? Back when it was coming up, right?
They was a mob. It was all that. But what they did have was an organization of rappers.
Okay.
It was 3 Time Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was Richie Rich was around. It was Seidel.
Mm-hmm.
It was Yuck Mouth and Numbskull, the Loonies. It was all of us, and we were considered the mob. My homegirl, Lady Unique. My brother, he's on now. His name is Stone, Sean Ramsey.
Okay.
We were considered a group.
Right.
And we would freestyle all the time. Okay. When 3 Times Crazy and the Loonies came out with I Got 5 on it, the ice cream truck. Right. That was my surroundings of people.
Were you in the video? Don't make me go look at the I Got 5 on the video. I'll pull it up. I
got adopted from them. Humpty Hump seen me, my energy.
You know what I'm saying?
And I got adopted from them. And I ended up with Digital Underground.
Oh, so come on now. So that means you ran around with Pac and them.
Atron Gregory was my manager, the same manager as Tupac.
Come on now.
I have the interview. I need to work on my movie. Yeah, Atron Gregory was my manager. If you Google him, you'll see
Rashida,
TNT.
Right? Because we are Rashida at this point still. So
our group was the Witteds. If you know what that means, we with it.
We with it, yeah.
We were the freaks of the industry. We did shows all around the world. They gave us a record. Right. We shopped our record. They shopped our record. Interscope wanted to give us a deal.
Right.
I wrote all the music. Me, Clee, and another guy from Eclipse. The other girls, they were just strippers and entertainers.
Right.
At that time, it was a group called Hoes with Attitudes. So that was kind of like our competition.
Okay, got it.
Spent nights in the studio. Okay. Shock G, if you know about Shock G, Digital Underground, and the Humpty Dance, could imagine the lifestyle that I was looking at.
Listen. Hey, let me,
the Humpty Dance, we had a good time. So from there, I did rap for a while, and then it kind of discouraged me when they did that. Like where I was like, oh, so y'all not gonna shop us? So what do I do? And then I stopped rapping.
Okay. So now how old were you when you stopped rapping?
About 19.
So we're 19. Amin is where?
In jail.
So he's in jail. Is he only one of his typical
60 day op?
30, 60, 90s.
Came home.
He was going to jail like he was a net account. You know what I'm saying? He had a net 30, a net 60.
He came home and we got pregnant.
Okay. Hold up. Time out.
Yeah. I'm a mother of a 21-year-old son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just doing some math right now. So I'm doing his math pretty much because he keep going in, he coming out. Right. You don't win nurse. You don't win accounting.
And imagine traveling with Digital Underground. I mean, we travel all around the world on tours. Like I did a tour rapping Forte too. That was one of my favorite tours that I did.
So Amin didn't care that you was going all over, rapping all over the place?
I used to dance for rapping Forte. I used to send him the pictures and videos. He was so excited and happy for me. Like he was my motivation. Like he was a real man. He wasn't he wasn't no Rudy. Baby, let's get it.
Let's make that thing happen. He no insecurity in him.
No, not at all.
Oh, that's what I'm talking.
Not at all.
That's what I'm talking. Support.
The truth. Yeah.
Support.
The truth. Because he knew me.
Right.
You know, he knew my alternative motive and he was spiritual. So he probably seen what in me that I didn't see at the time.
Right.
He was very spiritual.
So I could tell he probably was a calm dude, huh?
Oh, he used to pray when I was asleep.
He just calm, right?
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing?
Nothing really shook him.
He wouldn't even get loud with me.
Right.
I would try to start an argument.
He just look at you.
Exactly.
Like, sit down, little roach.
Exactly.
He'll hit you with a little roach every once in a while, wouldn't he?
His favorite rapper was E40.
Okay.
So I was a mob girl, so I took him to a concert and I put him backstage, and I set him right next to E40. He couldn't believe it.
Right.
He said, "You love me like that, huh? You love me like that, huh?" He said, "I love the way you carry yourself."
Right.
So he was really my motivation. Yeah. So at that time, I was like 19.
Okay, so you're 19. You had gotten pregnant, or he hadn't had your child yet, your son yet?
My son was born 1999. So my thing was the world about to end.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that day. For real. People were selling it on the East Coast. People were like selling their boats and then they got mad come the first. And the second, they're trying to sue people because I sold my stuff under duress. It was crazy. The lawyers and everything was going on.
Yeah,
right?
so I had my son in 1999.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so how was life now at this point? So now you have a child. You can't go do little roach stuff. You can't go run and hit corners and you're thinking about it as you're riding around with your baby in the car, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a key in the back or something like that. You have to think about it a little bit, right?
Calmed all the way down. I went back into my nursing. I started working at different facilities. And doing my nursing, home health care. I always wanted to be independent. So I would go to people's homes and do home health care.
So even with the money coming in, like it was, you still
needed to do something.
You still wanted to do something. And the reason I'm saying this because it's going to all come back when I'm going to say something about this toward the end later on. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get the feeling of, because already you had the knack for entrepreneurship, back when you got your first 50 back, right? You know what I'm saying? You watch, you're very observant. So I guess you're one of those people who watch a lot. You know what I'm saying? You'll sit there quiet and you'll watch things, right? So trust me, I'm going to put all this together because I'm just getting my record on and what you're saying. And then, so as you moved around that, and it always showed that you were good at what you did. So no matter what you done, you were good at it. This is what I'm taking from what you're telling me. And so as you continue to move up, people watch you. So people notice your talents. So even Amin noticed this about you, right? But he noticed it was something different about you. The guys younger, you know what I'm saying, when you were starting off, they didn't mess with you because it was something different about you. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a glow, a light. It was something, but everybody knew it up to this point. So now you're 19. You know what I'm saying? You have your son. Okay. You still feel within yourself that you want to help people. So you go out here, you're doing different things at different facilities.
Yes.
Okay. And so, he's still coming in and out at this point. All right. So now, what was the next major turning point? You had your child now. Mm-hmm. What was the next significant thing that happened?
He got out of jail. After I had my son turned about 6 months and he was right back in jail. And so I was visiting him in jail with my son.
Oh, okay.
And so what was your thoughts
like,
this not gonna happen.
So tell me about that first visit.
And it's a trip because
Yeah,
now
tell
that
me
I
about
see
that.
what God did, I
Mhm.
had to drive all the way to a place called Lompoc.
By how many
So it's
miles?
like 5 hours from Oakland.
Okay.
You
So
know
you're
what I'm
5
saying?
hours upstate.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
was in a drop Mercedes Benz,
Mhm.
a 73 Benz, older
Okay.
car.
Okay. Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
What you talking about? Back then, yeah, you was hot
Very
with that.
nice. He
You
had
was
it
hot.
tuned up.
What? You
And
was hot with
I
that.
had my baby in the back.
Right.
And we drove all the way out there. You know, I
Uh-huh.
would go see him every weekend. I was there on
Uh-huh.
time. You know, we had the family visits, so they would put us in our own you know, we had our own room.
Okay. Got
You know,
it.
because they thought it was married.
Right. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we had our own room.
To move that paperwork around and make stuff look like, yeah, no, we good, bro. Got it. And some
Yeah.
dollars.
We had our own room. So
Mhm.
at that point, I told him when he come home, like I've got some options. You know, we need to
Right.
invest and get out of this game.
Okay. So
You know,
you still looking for a way to, hey, man, we can diversify this money, even though it might not come in as fast as the other money, but it's something that can be stable for a lifetime. That's what you were looking for.
Yeah. So he got him a little rapper called Day Dog or whatever. He thought he was going to be a rapper or whatever. Okay.
Okay.
So when he got out, I picked him up from the prison.
Yeah.
And he made a phone call, right? So he had on the prison call still. So we meet the Mexican. And I'm looking like, okay. Right. So he tell the Mexican our address. Okay. So I pulled straight from the jail. So we get all the way to our house and the Mexican pulls up.
Okay.
I get my baby out the car. Me and my baby go in the house. Him and the Mexican coming out.
And he's still in his prison
Remember,
clothes.
we just left San Quentin prison.
Right.
I just picked him up.
And you said he was still in his prison clothes.
Still in his prison clothes.
Because most people want to go ahead and change up. Baby, bring me up, change the clothes.
I had to change the clothes. You know me.
Yeah,
I had everything ready for him.
You know
the box ready and everything.
He was gonna pop Rolly on like you got. Hey, listen, speaking of this Rolly she got on, I'm gonna tell you now.
Oh, this BMF money. This big beach money.
Listen. Let me tell you about this. Hey, the Rolly prices don't go down. Let me tell you about this Rolex she got on her arm right now with these diamonds just beating me up.
That's another story.
But anyway, I just want to tell you how that Rolex is killing me right now. But go ahead.
Yeah, but at that time me and my son went in bed and went to sleep.
Okay. And
I woke up and my house was full of fumes.
Fumes like what kind of fumes?
Man, they was turning cocaine into crack. The man had 10 keys in my kitchen on the table, busting them down.
Oh, so you done came in New Jack City style now.
Oh, I don't know what came over me.
City.
I don't know what came over me, guys. I threw everything. It was an apartment building, so I know the neighbors heard me.
Right.
I start grabbing his clothes. I start throwing them down the stairs. I told the Mexican to get out my house.
Right.
I start pushing everything. I don't want nothing. Leave now. You crazy. We're going to go to jail. You know, they had all the drugs still there. He just got out of prison.
Right.
Leave now.
Right.
Take the cars, take everything. Get out my house. Go. I'm not doing this again with you.
Right.
And the next morning, his brother came, took everything out of my house except for the food in my refrigerator. They took my TVs. They took my furniture. They took everything out of my house. Everything out of my house. 6 months later, he was murdered.
Let's rewind. I gotta rewind a little bit now, because I need to get the thought process. So they come in. It's you and your boy, your son. They take everything out of the house. You're there. The first 24 hours, what were your thoughts?
Prayer. I'm glad I knew I had a praying grandmother. And she lived in Oakland. I had moved, out to a city called Fremont.
Okay.
So I went straight to my praying grandmother.
That night?
My son was 3 years old.
That night?
That night. Her name is Essie.
Oh, Grandma Essie.
And she called me Roxy. She thought my name was Rock-Sheeta.
Rock-Sheeta. Well, Grandma gonna call you what they want to call you. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
So what she told me, and she got me, she grabbed me, she held me, and then she let me go. She held on to me.
Right.
Prayed on me.
Right.
Did what she needed to do. Told me it was a room upstairs.
Come on now.
And then she let me go.
Come on.
She said, now it's time for you to do the work with the God that you have. You have that. So I went upstairs and I opened my Bible. I started praying and talking to God. And I said, I'm going to make it through this.
So you're how old at this point?
I had the education.
How old were you at this point?
I was 20. When he did it, I was 23.
Okay, so 23 now. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
I was 23.
Okay. So
I was 23.
So you're 23. Grandma done came and hugged you.
2003.
She sent that message up to God on her, and she let you go. Told you where the room was. Because grandma, grandma and them, they don't take nothing back. They talk to God, right? And they don't have to keep going back doing repeat. They don't need the button to keep repeating, because they have this thing called faith.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the things we miss about Big Mama and them, right? Because they were the one walked around here with that faith.
Just humming it.
Just humming it. And you couldn't say nothing to them wrong. Listen, they looking at you like, boy, sit down, boy. Because they already know, right? The calmness they had, right?
Yes. And that was literally the best thing that could have happened to my life for my son.
Right.
For my son, because the road that she led me and my son, when Amin died in 2003.
Hold on, wait. See, you trying to fast forward?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can't.
Okay, so when I got put, when they took all the stuff out of my furniture, and I was at grandma's house.
Yeah, you at grandma's house.
So I stayed at grandma's house for 6 months. I stayed at grandma's house all that time.
Okay, let's talk about during those 6 months before he died. What was going on in that?
I still had my apartment in Fremont.
Okay, you still got rent though.
Okay, I still had my apartment in Fremont.
It was empty though.
And it had no furniture. And I still had my confidence, and I still had me.
Oh, stop right there. Because you don't know what you just said. Listen to what you just said. You didn't have no material items. You didn't have no money. You didn't have no shiny watches. You didn't have no shiny clothes. But you said you had what?
I had my confidence. And I had me.
Lord.
You know, so I wasn't broke down. I wasn't broke down. And so that took me to a whole nother level in life. I can say that 6 months. Yeah.
No. Yeah, we talking about no, because 6 months don't just go by like that.
And due to the money that I was used to being around,
right? A
job was like, I tried 2 or 3 jobs. I went Urban Outfitters. I did a management position. I did the $15, $16, $17 an hour. You know, minimum wage in California at that time was like $8.75. I think it was like $5.75.
Right.
So it was like, I had the education, nursing school, all of that was cool, but it wasn't the money that I was used to. It wasn't the money that I was used to.
So did Little Roach try to hit you a couple times while you was walking around trying to do the right thing, since you had your apartment still up there now? Because that was in the Little Roach area.
Well, remember, I started hanging around Digital Underground. So I was introduced to some girls, Black Ty, China, and Malia.
Oh, they sounded they were fine.
Ooh.
They said, I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody I knew named Black Ty and China, you couldn't even get the name China unless you were bad back in the day.
So I had met all of them, and I was like 17, 18, but they were like 26, 20. They were older.
Shoot. You was like Diamond
when I met
in
them.
Players Club.
Yeah, when I met them.
When Diamond was in the shoe store.
But remember, I was gangster and I was writing their raps, so I was never into what they were into. I never indulged into that. I never got into the threesomes or never took the mushrooms or never experienced, never jumped all the way in.
Right.
I got halfway there. I would look.
You was on the stoop.
And I would think about it. I would step in a little bit.
Right. But you go ahead and pull back. Ain't nothing wrong with pull back.
I do my own little sneaky stuff on the side.
Right. But you went all in.
Yeah. So when I during that 6 months, I tried to be an exotic dancer.
Okay, hold time. Let's stop again. How old are you at this time?
23 years old.
So you 20.
My son is 3 years old.
Okay,
at home with my praying grandmother.
So little man is 3. He over here in Fremont with grandma.
No, grandma in Oakland.
Okay, grandma. What was in Fremont?
My apartment.
Oh, the apartment
was
in Fremont.
Apartment.
Okay, so you over here, you saw, like, you figure, hey, I need to get some bread, like the quick bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I look pretty good. So I'm gonna go on in here and do what I got to do.
I went to one of the hottest clubs in the city. I went to Larry Flint's Hustler Club.
Oh, Larry Flint, they do in the wheelchair?
Larry's Flint's Hustler Club.
Oh man, okay.
I probably lasted a week.
Why you say that?
I tried though.
What
it just wasn't. I didn't like the touching and the. I would choose who I wanted to talk to. I wasn't just talking to anybody.
Right.
It was just too
much. Just
it was. And I knew the Raiders would come in there. I knew the Raiders would come in there. I knew.
Right.
I said, so when a black guy came in there,
yeah.
Hey,
right.
How are you doing?
So what was your first night like? You know what I'm saying? Because
it was scary.
It was scary. I mean, so did you do the typical thing, like you was in the back and asking the girl, like, girl, what I do when I go out there?
No, back in the days, I used to dance at the dice games. It was a rapper, his name MC Pooh, and I used to dance almost like Michael Jackson, like MC Hammer. I used to boom, boom, break it all down. I used to pop lock and I was.
Don't make me stop.
I didn't play with my dancing. I learned out now what dancing is about. I learned it's powerful, but
right.
And so when I did the audition, I knew how to work the pole. I knew how to do all that. So it was the stage for me. So all I had to do was get on that stage. Once I came off that stage, I was, "Ooh, can you come?" And you know, it was all I knew. I was an entertainer.
Okay.
So I didn't talk to the girls. You know, I didn't socialize. I wasn't hi. I didn't wear makeup that much.
Right.
You know, I wore a lip gloss and a eyeliner.
Yeah, because they weren't checking for that right there. None of them guys, they ain't checking for the lip gloss.
And then I used to be afraid of the guys trying to take me home.
Okay.
And so, because the white girls used to be with pimps.
Okay. So the pimps had them in there on the pole, but you was solo out there doing your own thing, independent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah. And I met this guy out there at the club, and he changed my life.
Okay. Hold up now.
Yeah, he changed my life.
So what was different about this guy than the most people that came in?
He took me from California to Miami. He was a football player.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had a thing for black men that were over 6 feet, over 200 pounds with athletic build.
Right.
That was my son's father. So
that was a means.
That was our means.
That was a means.
Yeah.
You know, he come in the room.
Stayed on it. He stayed on it.
In it. On it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when I met the guy, he was like, "Oh my God, you don't belong in here. What are you doing?"
This is Larry
here?
Flint spot.
Yeah, Larry Flint. He's like, "You don't belong in here. What do you? No, I don't want no dance."
So once again, no, I'm saying because I'm gonna keep rewinding some things on you, Jada. Don't play with me now. I'm over here listening to what's going on. Amin seen you. Okay. Amin seen you.
Yeah.
And he knew that you wasn't supposed to be doing what you was doing out there in that capacity. You were better than that capacity. Even though he was in that world, you were better than that capacity. Yeah. So now you're telling me you were in the strip club. You didn't like being in there as it was. You didn't communicate with anybody. And here comes this individual. And he's like,
He didn't even want to dance me. I was bad.
He saw you, right? Evidently, he saw you. He didn't see all that. He saw you. Now, I'm going to come back to that later on this evening. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Because
the craziest thing happened, right?
What's that?
Because, you know, Amin still was my baby father. Remember, we in them 6 months.
Yeah, we still in 6 months.
We still in 6 months.
Now, it's not, now, if I think about it now, me, you know, usually dudes like Amin, right? They kind of like, hold up. What you doing?
Yeah, and he kind of mad. He like, you know, you out there in them streets, you need to be home with the baby. You know, I take care of you. No, you won't, because we're not doing the drug thing. You know, we're going to change. We're not. No.
Okay.
So I was really like aggressive against him.
Okay.
He was trying to pull back. You know, come home. And I give you your car back, and no, because I should have had my own stuff before. You know, it was like, wait a minute, no. So I was fighting against him, but at the same time, the bar closed at midnight. So if I didn't get a ride home from him from the strip club, I don't know how I was going to get home. Okay. So either I caught the BART home or, you know, I was going, it was a cold. Long story short, we ain't
going long story short. Nothing.
Amin dropped me off to the football player for our first date. Every time I tell a guy that, they're like, how the hell?
Yeah, because you went long story short. That's why. That's why somebody probably saying that, because you don't skip over some stuff.
But
Jay, we can't be skipping nothing right now.
So I left the club one night.
Okay.
After the night I met the guy at the club, the football player at the club.
Right.
I left the club, but I didn't have a way home.
Okay, so
but I wasn't a prostitute, so I didn't want the football player to think I was gonna go home with him or I needed a ride.
Got it.
You know, if I would have been like, oh, okay, you know, yeah, I'll drink, and you know, they're used to that.
So he think let's go quick one right here. I'm going to lock this down.
Call me next week. You know, call me next week. You didn't even tip me. He's like, but cool girl, you don't even belong in here. Come through the house. Come to the game.
So he threw a tip on you. Didn't get a dance from you because he already knew.
And then I went downstairs and didn't have a ride home. Yeah, because I stayed late. I supposed to left before the bar closed.
So you gonna stay late for then?
So I had to call my child's father to pick me up, and on the way home, I told him about what happened.
Right. And so what did he say? Was he upset
See,
about it?
There you go. You don't know what you want to do. You just need to think about it. You know, whatever's best for you. I support you. Whatever's best for you. You know.
So you're right. Amin was a good man.
Yeah.
He was a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, people have their faults, but you know,
Yeah, how much money you made? You want me to put it up for? No. You need to get you a car. He was still making sure that I was heading in the right direction. Even though he didn't give me my furniture back, all my furniture was at his brother's house.
It was the principality, Smokey. It was the principality.
Yeah. So I didn't have a car.
Okay.
So Derek had called me like,
see, you can't be Jada. Red flag on play. Flag on the play. We ain't saying names.
So my friend had called me.
There you go.
A week later.
Okay.
And that was our first date. He was at a hotel and I needed a ride to get to him. Mm-hmm. So my child's father dropped me off in the back of the hotel.
Okay.
I walked to the front. He was in the car. I jumped in the car with him. My child's father seen the car that I jumped in.
Yeah, because that's what he wanted. You know that, right?
Yeah. We rode out and that day changed my life.
That day changed your life. So now you're in the car with him because I ain't gonna let you pass stuff. Now we don't have to go to people's business, but I'm going with it. So you're in the car with him for the first time with the guy, and you're heading where? That
man took me to dinner, took me to the movies. Like he didn't even take me straight to his house or a hotel. We didn't even go in the hotel.
So what he did was he treated you like he wanted to treat you. He treated you like he felt that you need to be treated. Yep. He treated like he probably felt that you hadn't been treated in such a long time.
And we started hanging out every day. And then he invited me to bring my son over.
Oh,
and I didn't want men to meet my son. I never would. He was like, well, y'all can stay at my house. You got a room up there. You can stay in the room. This is a 5-bedroom house.
Oh.
Your son can have his own room. Like, you don't got to keep going to your grandma's house. You don't got to keep stressing. That car it got a wreck on the side. I had bought a little bucket.
Sometimes you got to get that bucket.
I had bought me a little Maximum, a Nissan Maximum.
What you get, an 88 Maximum? The box square one?
The box square in the back, a light blue one.
I had old 88
a light blue one with a buffer.
Come on, don't play with me. I had old 88 Max. That would have caused at one time.
Yes, I had ended up buying that car, and he was like, "No, this is not."
Right.
But he still hung out with me. Yeah, so that was a trip. So I bought my son over, and he bought my son the movie Bow Wow. When Bow Wow was playing
the basketball
against
Mike.
Yeah,
like Mike. Okay, yeah.
And my son liked it, and my son liked him, and my son was like, "Oh no, this is getting scary."
So you said it. So now the fearing, because one, you love your son. You know what I'm saying? The one thing you're not going to want is your son to be hurt in any type of way, because you understand pain. You had experienced pain before.
Yeah.
So you didn't want him to have that.
Until the guy started making me VIP in his life. Meaning I was at every game. When the checks was coming in the mail, he was telling me to see how much they were. I was cleaning up the house to when he had girls come over, I would act like I was the housekeeper. I was just, we turned into like best friends. And, at the same time, I knew his situation, and
he ain't put no pressure on you.
He was like, okay.
Because he cared for you so much.
And I didn't know at that time. I thought it was just, I guess it was something about me that. And so he was like, I'm going to move you to Miami. It's like, this might be the last year of my contract, and I'm going to move you to Miami.
Right.
Well, if I move to Miami, I need my own place. I can't stay with you and your mama. No. Your mama really don't like me.
Right. Of course.
And I'm a dance. I'm a still dance because I need to make my money.
And you going to Miami too? What?
So he took me to Miami, you guys, Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, come on.
And got me a room at the Lowe's on South Beach.
Hold up, time out.
And left me.
Miami.
And left me.
Miami.
Memorial Day weekend in 2004.
Miami.
And left me in the hotel and said, how much money you need?
Huh? And what did you say?
I said, I didn't need anything. I said, I got it. I'm good. I was good.
Because you're an entrepreneur. You're right.
Yeah. So now, as soon as I went downstairs, my life changed. Like,
hold up, because you about soon fast forward on me.
It was like Miami Beach. It was like.
So now you coming from California, right?
Yes.
You coming from California. How old is this time?
I'm about 24.
So you're 24. Now, Amin is still living.
Amin is still living.
Okay, all right. So now you.
No.
Hold on. See, we can't. Very flag on the play now.
Nope.
Flag on the play.
Within that time, you guys.
So what happened? Not exactly what happened, but
I was in his bed when I got the call.
So you with
my football player at his house in his bed on a Saturday night, and I got the call.
From who?
Sunday morning, my son was supposed to sing at church that Sunday.
You remember who it was from? The call came from?
His brother.
The one who had your furniture.
All in his house. his brother was like, the good credit.
So he said, he calls you and he says what?
Right. Just got shot. We at the house. I don't think he gonna make it. Actually, he ain't make it, right? So I instantly went into a shake. Like I started shaking, like, and the dude was just like there for me, like there for me. And then something in my heart was like, I gave you this time because I knew this was gonna happen. And if you would have been there, it would have been, you would have been, And it was like he didn't choose it, but it's the avenues you choose to take you into the direction where you're gonna go in life.
True.
Yeah. So when that happened, it was like I lost so much. I really lost myself. I lost my mind. I lost everything. Yeah, but I had that other, but it wasn't real to me. It was still like, this is a football player, and I wasn't.
Right.
No, I'm like, I'm his girlfriend, but he's got plenty of girlfriends,
Right.
He's supporting me, back financially status, but I still got to get my own,
right.
Because if a man comes and they do this again to me.
Right. Then what you left with?
No, well, if something happens to him, how can I take care of?
Right. Little man.
Yeah.
So between the time of hearing that Amin wasn't here any longer, what was the time period between that time and going out to Miami?
3 days.
So do you think the football player felt that you needed to get away at that point? Because
I had my gun, I was in my car, I was going through every hood, and I was trying to find out who killed my son's father. I found out all the information that I needed to find out. Okay. I was writing down things, I was studying. I was pulling up on guys in their neighborhood. I see them now, and they're like, they see me because I was pulling up on them.
Right.
And I was asking them questions, and I was serious. I would pull my shirt up. I'm not playing with y'all. It was like, little mama, hold up, little mama.
Right.
Hold up, little mama. I was serious though. And I couldn't really cry. So he would see that. I would just be, like I was real jittery and shaky.
Right.
And I needed to know. And my grandmother, she was like, bring that baby here. And my mother was there for me. So like, bring that baby here. So I tried to take my baby to Miami with me, but he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. He cried for days.
So initially you did take him?
Yep. And then I brought him back to California.
Okay.
And I left him for 3 years.
Okay. All right. We're not gonna move forward 3 years yet. We're gonna go back to flying back to Miami without your son. So now, if you got back to Miami without your son, were you back in the hotel? And we got a house, or like where were we at that time? Because you said Miami changed your life.
I was at a house, and then he was trying to help me get an apartment. Him and his mom was building a house together, and I didn't want to live with him and his mom.
Right.
Every relationship I've been in, I've always had men that were attached to their mom.
Okay, got it.
So when he saw that, I don't know if it was fear, but I wanted to live with him, but I really wanted my own. So I would go meet other people. I actually met a guy who was from California and called somebody and hooked me up with him because he was in California.
Right.
And Derek, the guy that I met, he was like, just come to my spot. I'm in Miami, come hang out. So I went over and hung out, and I just started networking with people, and he was like, what are you doing? You're doing too much. It's time for me to go back to Oakland because I got to play.
Okay.
The season about to start.
Right.
So are you going to stay here? Where are you going to stay?
So I ended up staying at a hotel. He got me a hotel that was like they called it a something, I don't know, alternate or something like that. Alternative hotel where it's like a little small little house hotel.
Right. Okay.
Today it would be an Airbnb.
Oh, okay, got it.
And so I stayed there, and he took me to Diamonds.
Okay,
which was a strip club.
Okay, let everybody know what Diamonds is.
It was the original Diamonds back then.
It was like, listen, if you've never been in the Miami, especially during that time period, let me tell you something serious. To even be in Diamonds, to be dancing, you had to be serious. You had to be serious. Get up in there.
And I didn't realize how how my body was at that time. I didn't realize that I had the body to die for. I didn't realize because I ran track and shot dice for push-ups and lived a street life that my body ended up becoming the way it was.
Right.
So when the women looked at me, they're like, "Oh my God, you got a six-pack and do you work out?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, I didn't realize the dynamics of it at that time.
So you didn't know what you were working with, basically.
But then, you know, I'm up in there rapping. So I met Trick Daddy. I'm freestyling. I'm freestyling. I done met Trick Daddy. I'm up in there freestyling with Trina.
Yeah.
And Trick Daddy told me one thing.
What did
he was like, "You need to tell your story. You rapping all over the place. Just tell your story, girl."
Right.
Yeah. So I became really like on the top scale of girls at the Diamonds because they used to call it an all-star time. I was an all-star girl.
Okay.
Well, we used to do
that mean?
We used to tear the poles up.
When you say tear them up, I mean you gotta get people visualization about.
They used to blow the whistles, and it was me. It was Tip. It was another girl. It was 4 of us.
They still out there too, right there, man. Right.
And we would come out, and they would turn on "Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it, lean." You know, and we would come out and we would tear them poles up, and money would come flying from everywhere. It would money come flying. At nights we would have $15,000-$20,000 off 4-song set.
Y'all have to break it.
We just split it up in the back.
Break that.
$5,000-$6,000 each.
A night.
A night.
2
or 3 hours.
Hold up, come on. Listen.
It was called Uptown. So all the other girls would be walking around while we would have the excitement on the stage.
And they couldn't get no money.
They would be doing their little, but
we had that ain't that money though.
I mean, and if you knew what type of people that would come in there at that time,
right?
So it made me kind of popular. You know, like the Jim Jones would come in there, the Little Waynes would come in there, the Young Jesus would come in there. You know, the people would come in there.
Right.
Gucci Man, when he wasn't really, you know, and when everybody was like on a lower scale. And then a group of guys came, and I never seen anything like this in the world, guys.
What year was this?
This was 2004, 2005.
Listen, I don't even know what you're gonna say, but I already know who done came in.
I've never seen nothing like this in the world.
I already know who you're talking about right now.
They would shut the club down, and for some reason, they absorbed me. Well, when they came in the club, they would say, "Go get dressed, get your bag, go to the trunk, and go get the stuff for us." So I would have to actually go get my dance bag, get dressed, go get all the guns, or I don't want to incriminate nobody, and come back in the club. I wouldn't even have to dance and pick the girls that you're gonna put in the section.
Right.
And they would give me like $5,000-$6,000 just.
Yeah, because they need their work inside of that.
Yeah, we don't want you dancing.
You got to have the work inside.
You know, like what? I want to get on stage and make the money.
Right.
You know, because they would actually shut our club down and make everyone leave. And they would come in our club about 20, 30 deep. And they would spend about $50,000-$60,000.
And we ain't gonna say no names. We don't say no who it is.
And it was a wild experience for me. And I was able to experience that. You know, I was able to experience that lifestyle. And right now, where the world is headed, I was embarrassed. It was no way that I was going to tell my mom that I was a stripper. I wasn't going to go on the internet and say that I was a stripper. You know, I wasn't going to entertain the fact that I was a stripper.
So how much time had gone by from the time you was at Diamond to the time these people were coming in and you shuttling
less than a year.
The whoops in there.
Less than a year. Yep. I was such a hustler. Right. I used to go to a daytime club called Take One.
Take One? Okay. You know, the daytime game is strong. You know that, right?
Yeah, we had a jukebox in there. You play your own song.
Yeah, the daytime game is strong.
And then I used to go to Diamonds, and then I would go to the after hour to the White Club. Downtown. And I would work all night, all morning. And I did that for about a whole year straight. And I would come back to California and I would, you know, me and him, we had our ins and outs. He's like, "Okay, I'm putting you in the house."
Right.
So I ended up in a mansion.
Okay.
By myself.
Out in Cali.
In Miami.
In Miami. Okay.
Island 6, Biscayne.
Island 6. Come on now. Don't play with that. You can't even just get out there though.
Biscayne.
You can't just get out there.
You know, and I want you to be my wife. I need you to stop dancing. I don't want you in it. They wouldn't let me in the club last night. What happened? Like, what's going on? I'm back. Like, the season's over and I need you to calm down. I need you to get it together.
So he don't put the lock on things. He done came back and locked things up.
I'm living, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen. He like, what? Yes, I went through that. Like, I went through that and I don't want to do that again. Like, you cool. Like, but so he was like, get out.
Hold up. Okay, I'm kind of lost. So you said that he came back from playing football.
Put me in the house.
He put you in a mansion, right? So he says, "Hey, I don't want you doing this anymore. I need you to stop." And you told him,
First, I threw the money. You see how much money I made last night? Are you going to give me this for tuition? Are you going to take care of me to the advantage where I can take care of this stuff like this?
you hear the irony of that right there. No. Think about it. You hear the irony. You remember when you went to Amin? You remember you went to Amin, right? And Amin said the same thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what does he say now? So you throw the money at him, and then what?
He was like, you're a country boy. I don't know what you gonna do. Well, you just gonna do what you gonna do. I don't know what you gonna do.
Don't be picking at this. Don't be picking at this country boy. We country now. Now he did.
And so, long story short, I mean, I always like to make it's a long story. I told you this before.
Listen, we ain't doing a long story short. I want to know what happened.
Yeah. So after that, I lived that lifestyle for about 3 weeks, and it just wasn't happening. I couldn't cook and clean and do that. I wasn't happy. I was afraid.
So at that point, you had that bug in you. At that point, you knew you had to have that bread. You know what I'm saying?
So I disappeared.
Okay, we can't just disappear like that now. Not from the Firecast show. We got to know where we went.
I went and got a little. Well, actually, I went to my homeboy.
Oh, the one you said it was from Cali,
but
he was out there in Miami.
I went to him.
Okay.
And I told him I was choosing up.
Come on now.
Because he was one of them real pimps.
Okay. So I told
him I was choosing up.
I chose you.
Yeah, he sent me back to California 2 days later. And I ended up coming back to Miami, getting back into the mansion, and then the hurricane hit. He sent me to California 2 days later.
He sent you to California? What, you got on his nerves? You got on his nerves that bad? Was you Rashida at this time?
I turned into JADA.
So you turned into JADA at this point. And so he I can't deal with this. I'm sending this back to California. And so you got back to Cali, and what happened? You went back to grandma's house?
I was at my grandma's house, and then I made the call and ended up right back in
Because you knew where the money was at. You knew where the money resided. Okay, so you go back. You back in Miami again.
Back in Miami.
So you already know you can get in diamonds, right? Or did you go back there?
Yeah, I was.
I'm talking when you went back.
Yeah, I was back and forth in diamonds, and
So you hitting the circuit on them.
I had girls coming over and helping me out, and I was doing it, and then a hurricane hit.
Which one was that? What name was that one?
Rita.
Oh, Rita came through.
And then all the boys started going to jail.
Okay, so Rita started going through. Dope boys getting locked up. They the ones throwing money like that. So everybody that make $70,000, they can't throw. They whole checker.
So he told me, you can stay in this mansion. You can stay by yourself. I ain't gonna even stay here.
Huh?
Yeah. The power bill was $3,000.
So country boy getting hit with that electric bill.
The man knocked on the door. I'm at my house. The man knocked on the door and was like, "Hi, we're here to see the house. The house for sale."
They done put the foreclosure. He ain't paid nothing.
Yeah. So the people came.
But he didn't tell you it was in foreclosure. He just said
he sold it. I don't know what was going on. I never even found out what's going on. We still haven't talked about that to this day.
That was a foreclosure move right there. That's what that was.
I left all my stuff there. How about all my clothes and everything is still? And I was a bad habits person, like the Frankie B jeans and the Louis Vuitton bags, like thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
So you just had to have it.
And guess what I did?
Are you cold?
No.
Okay, all right. I'll just make sure.
Guess what I did?
What's that?
I caught an 18-wheeler to Houston, Texas.
Okay, hold on. Time out. So the Hurricane Rita hit.
What year was that? And then Katrina hit. It's 2006.
No, okay, we can't jump from one hurricane to another.
They were 6 months apart.
But it's 6 months in between. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, Rita hit hard.
So Rita hit, and so you decided. So that's when you was in the mansion.
I wasn't making no money. I got video of it. I was in I had a Cadillac. I got all the video of it.
Come on, man.
I was driving around. Tank was almost on E. I was listening to that Young Jesus was out there.
But what happened to all the money, all the bread you had though?
I told you I had the Louis Vuitton and the Frankie B jeans.
Come on,
you see my expensive habits.
Come on, you just dropping money on that stuff.
That's what I never learned. That's what they didn't teach you in school. In school, they don't teach you money management. They don't teach you the layers, the bricks that you need to learn. Right. Yeah, they just teach you you know, what they want to teach you.
Okay, got it. And it's gonna be important later on. Later on.
Yeah.
That's
So
gonna be
yeah.
important.
So
So we in between hurricanes at this point. so you're in the house after the hurricane
trying
hit.
to figure out what I'm gonna
He
do.
said, "Go ahead and no, you can go ahead and stay here. You want to." Electric bill $3,000. See, this is what people don't think about when they're buying these big houses. Oh man, my dream home. You better talk to some neighbors and find out what the dream home electricity bill is every month or annually. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to think about.
Yeah, we had a fish tank in the stairs.
See what I'm saying? Because we balling because that money ain't gonna never end. That NFL and NBA money won't never end.
Yeah. So
You know. All right. So Rita hit. You got it struggling. You trying to figure out what's going on. Katrina. So did you leave before Katrina or after Katrina?
After Katrina.
Okay, then. So now Katrina hit. At this point, where were you staying at? Because after the mansion, where'd you go?
I was almost homeless. I mean, no, I was homeless.
Okay.
I was walking on the beach. I was sleeping on the beach. I was driving, sleeping in my car.
Come on now, we can't skip past it.
I was homeless.
See, we can't.
I was running through Miami like I asked the strip club owner of Diamonds. He let me stay with some girls. I was going in and out of places. I was homeless. I was homeless. I had places I can go here and there, but I was really had all my stuff in the trunk. Barely had stuff. My bag.
Right.
Remember, I had one suitcase.
Right.
One suitcase, so I left everything at the house. In the trip, because 4 years later, I came back to the house and knocked on the door. They said, "Oh, you're the one who had all those clothes. There was so much stuff in the garage when we moved here."
Right.
And my brother, he was with me. He was like, "Oh, so you wasn't?" Because people used to think I was telling a story.
Right.
They was like, "Ain't no guys coming in regular clubs buying out all the bottles in the club."
Right.
Puffy ain't chasing down no guys like, they was like, "You're lying. You're not living that life." People in my home, my family and friends, we talked about it on the line.
Right.
My grandmother said, "You need to come and put that baby on the corner with you. You hanging out, selling on the corner. You selling that thing on the corner." They talk terrible about
so little man was still with grandma.
Yeah, and they talked terrible about him. Yeah, he was still with my.
Well, don't worry about that. Listen, they wrote Jesus out too. They talked about him all day.
I mean, it was like I was this bad person.
So Katrina hits.
Katrina hit.
What happens?
The strip club lost power.
Okay.
And I had this guy. He's like, I'm driving to California in February.
Right. So it was somebody that came to the club you used to go to?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to ride to California, I'll take you back home.
Oh, okay.
I said, "Oh, February? No, drop me off in Houston. That's All-Star Weekend."
So
I'm gonna hit Puffy now. I'm gonna hit Wayne and Puffy so I can make me some money down there in Houston.
Right. What year is this?
2006.
Okay, 6-piece. Okay, we a 6-piece. Katrina hit. You got 18-wheel on deck. We driving through. We hitting Houston.
We made it to Houston.
So we pulled up in Houston. It's first time in Houston, right?
Holiday Inn, right there by the Toyota Arena. I had $300 cash.
$300 on the books, one suitcase, and smelling like diesel fuel. Got 18-wheeler.
18-wheeler all the way there.
Right.
He still helps me out to this day.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's a friend right there.
And I got out.
That's an angel. Well, we're gonna talk about the angels later on.
And I pulled up. The first day I walked in Onyx, they hired me. So I got hired at Club Onyx.
So you walked in, they saw you there. Oh yeah, you can get up in here.
Yep.
You can get up in here. Come on in.
I started working at Club Onyx, but I had a praying grandmother.
Wait, we know that now because grandma prayed when she held on to you. We know she
every day, every night I would say, "I want my son. Like I got to get my son back. I got to get my life together. Like, what am I doing? Like what? I mean, it's gone, right? You got it's over. You lost yourself. Come back, find yourself. So that's going through my head. But I'm in Onyx making money. I'm in Onyx. I ended up going to Harlem Nights.
Okay.
And I didn't consider myself as a stripper. Because it was this purple stuff out here.
Okay, what's that?
That I could go back home in California and I can get it for a cheaper price.
Okay, man.
So when I was in Onyx, I was like, I met these guys that wanted this purple stuff.
Right.
So I would actually go ahead and get on the Greyhound.
Okay.
And get me some cranberry juice bottles.
Right.
And fill them things up.
So you knew you'd get back here and flip them.
And I'd be in Onyx. I know you don't want no dance. I ain't about to be rubbing all on your lap. Right. But when I go on stage, you can make it rain. Yeah, so I could say I was a stripper, but I wasn't really,
You was an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You was an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so if I could turn my 150 to $500, $600,
Right.
that was a win for me.
So you knew the art really of just compounding money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you understood that.
Yeah, I ended up at the club, the Harlem Nights, that put me almost back to 6 figures.
Okay, so hold up, time out. So you say you went between those things and going back and getting cranberry juice jugs. You were moving some numbers up.
And me and my son, we lived. I didn't know it was the hood. We lived around Gessner, Braeswood area.
Mm-hmm. So are you with anybody this time? I mean, because you haven't spoken of another guy at this time. So this is just you because you wanted your son back from your grandmother. You need to get him back down here with you. So you like, no, you know what? I ain't got time to be dealing with nobody. I need to make this bread, take care of my son.
Hustle
hard.
Hustle. I didn't even know I was gonna stay here.
Right. So this was just gonna be a temporary stop for you.
I thought I was coming for the All-Star game. It's 11 years later.
So at 6, you got here after Katrina. You hit the Holiday Inn, $300. I got a great memory, so I want to let you know that, right? You hit the Onyx, right? And from that point, hitting different spots, figured out the system. I can go to Cali, get this stuff, Greyhound, come back, whoop-de-whoop. I got bread. Because I have a lifestyle that I like to have. I like to have nice things.
Yeah, and a lot of the people who came in the clubs, they ended up being my homeboys.
Okay.
So if it was an All-Star weekend or a Super Bowl or a CIA and the strip clubs was cracking, all I had to do was go on stage.
Because you're going to turn it out.
Because I knew my homeboys was going to be there, and I was going to leave with $2,000 or $3,000 off one stage set.
Right.
You know, some of them, they would show out for each other, so they would get stacks and stacks of money.
We know how they go. You know what I'm saying?
You know, the songs was, we make it rain on these hoes.
You know a song to go out to. you had DJ on. Hey, little boy,
and Jim Jones was balling, we fly high. No lie.
Oh.
You know, when they heard it, they would throw all the money up.
Ooh. Just cutting bands. Sometimes they wouldn't even cut the band off. Huh?
Yeah. So they just hit you in the head with it. Hit you in the head with it. And so that was that. I thought that was the lifestyle, you know, but I knew that it wasn't going to last long for me because it would have me in those drinking liquor and those stages of my life where I was, not really caring too much about my body.
Right. So during the time period you was in the clubs and you was doing that, so you were partaking in some of the juices and stuff like that.
Yes, and I went to Atlanta and I danced. It was Young Jeezy's birthday party.
Okay.
And I got on stage and this guy said, "You tripping?"
Uh-oh.
So, you ever thought about getting into fitness?
Uh-huh.
He said, "You climb that pole like it's nothing. Can't too many people climb. That's athletic ability."
Right.
Like, man, leave me alone.
Okay, you gotta give me the year.
Leave me alone.
What year was this?
About
I want to make sure I'm documenting these conversations.
06. Right around that. 07.
07 time period. Okay.
Yep. And I drove down the freeway when I got back to Houston, and it was a sign on Houston Baptist University.
Right.
That said fitness training school.
Come on now.
Fitness training school.
And you happen to
I
go
drove by. I had to drive by
down
every day. I had to drive 59 every day to see that
every
sign
day.
that said fitness training school.
You said
fitness training school. Fitness P-Fit. It was called P-Fit.
Another angel. I'm gonna count. I've already got to count on all your angels. I want you to know that.
So I thought about the tuition, thought about the price, and that night the guy told me I got fired from the Atlanta Diamonds. They told me new girls can't. New girls can't work here for Jesus' birthday party.
Child told me. Look at the blessings.
New girls can't work here for Jesus' birthday party. My homegirl, she was part of Diddy's Kalina, Cash Money. Dirty Money. They used to be part of Diddy. I just hung out in the club with her, and I cried. Man, stop crying. I sat right there next to Puffy and her, and I cried because I couldn't work. I was in Atlanta. I had paid $350 for my license. I worked the whole day shift. 2 hours before Jeezy and them came in, the manager told me I couldn't work because I'm a new girl from out of town. They're not having out of town girls.
And they wouldn't give you $350 back.
I had to pay that $350 anyway.
Oh, I tell you, Joker would be. Woo.
So I ended up crying all night, and I ended up coming back to Houston, and I seen that sign.
But this time you really seen it though.
I seen it hard. I seen it for real
really,
that time.
Really seen it
I pulled over and I seen what I needed. Said, "Oh, you already have the college requisites that we need." I had a bunch of stuff that I already needed because I was already in nursing school.
Right.
So I had like the anatomy. I had all the backgrounds where I already needed.
Okay.
So they say, "Okay, we're gonna be 11,000, whatever the price was." And
right.
The money wasn't a problem.
Right.
So I went ahead, finished the P-Fit school, and became a personal trainer.
Okay. Now what we on 7? We at 7 right now. 8.
7.
7. So we at 2007. You went to school in 2007. Were you still partaking in some of the sliding capabilities?
I got my son.
Right. So you got to make. You
I
got
got
to do
my
what you got to do.
son.
You got to do what you got to do.
In 2007, that's the year I got my son. I called my mama and told my mama to bring my son to Texas.
Yeah.
I got family in San Antonio. Bring my son to Texas.
Right.
Bring him right before his birthday. Bring him. You know, me and my son, we stayed at the Econo Lodge.
Okay, never on the Econo Lodge.
One night. The next day we were in our apartment, our townhouse.
Okay.
2007, I still tried to play the strip game, in and out the clubs.
Right.
I ran into this lady. I didn't run into her. God sent her to me, like you said.
Yeah, count them up.
She was doing a conference. It's called the Metamorphosis Conference. Her name is Pastor Mia White. She's a part of the Bridge Fountain of Praise.
How old were you again? I just want to keep this age.
I was like 27.
You were 27, okay.
27 years old. Pastor Mia White, she throws a conference, and I saw women. One woman owned a McDonald's in 3rd Ward that she grew up in. She was now a franchise partner of that McDonald's. Owned it. I saw women, doctors. I saw women certified. I saw women in power. And it shook me. Wait a minute. So I thought about the personal trainer, and I saw how much money I can make as a personal trainer. I invested my mind to study on how to do it business-wise. Because you can be a personal trainer and make $10, or you can be a personal trainer and make $10 million.
Right.
So what I did was I ran with it. I went to school. I told Mia and Pastor Mia helped me change my life. I got up out the strip club with the help of God. You know, it was so bad for me. And DJ Eric, DJ Big Tho, they's like, why are you here then? Please don't put me on stage, y'all. I'm just going to walk around. I would walk around in the strip club. Cold. I wouldn't dance or do that. That's how hard it was for me to get out of that environment.
Right. So you just felt you needed some part of yourself to kind of just be around it.
It was bad. It was hard.
Right.
I would have glitter on my face going to train my clients in the morning. And then I actually just totally wrote down my plan. I ran into what people call mentors. I ran into this lady.
Oh, shoot. We about to talk the M word, the mentor.
She hired me as her trainer. I didn't even know who she was. Not like that she's, but she hired me as her trainer.
Angel.
Yeah. She hired me as her trainer, and she taught me things as far as manifesting. She taught me things as far as the power that I have. She taught me things about the words that I speak. She taught me things about writing things down and making my thoughts clear and giving them to God. She taught me all kinds of things. So
somebody hired you to really mentor you. Somebody paid you.
Okay, let's go back real quick. 2007, boom, all the way 2010, I retired. 2010 was my retirement.
What you mean? Hold up.
I stopped dancing. I stopped everything. I just started personal training, strictly personal training.
Okay, but so about this 2008, you still were in school. Were you in school or finished?
What, 2000 what?
8.
I was.
Were you done, finished with school, personal training?
It didn't take that long for the course. It was like a 2 semester.
So in between the time, you were still going to the strip club.
Going to the strip club, hanging out, and not dancing. I had my son at home, and I was fighting. back and forth.
But you wasn't dancing.
But I wasn't dancing.
Okay, that's cool then. Yeah, you wasn't.
But
dancing.
I was in my outfit.
But you had the outfit on.
I had my outfit on. Yeah, I was sitting next to the.
But people give you money because you
to
had
the girls.
Outfit?
One of my OG homies, he was like, "Man, come do my massage, man.
Right.
I'm gonna give you $300-400 to do my massage."
Yeah.
My other homeboy that I used to get the purple stuff, man, just come over here and hang out with us. You cool?
Right.
Like the princess, like people would absorb me. Like, just come sit over here, girl. You cool? You all right? You all right? You cool?
Yeah.
It was always, this city. I love this city. The people here was all, I never was used to men like, oh, we'll hold your bag. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with them? It was a different environment. So yeah.
Okay. So you said what year would you totally cut it? The retirement?
2010.
2010. So now we at 10. Your mentor has paid you. Your mentor has
no.
Invested
it's not yet.
you.
Not yet.
Oh, you hadn't had a mentor yet?
Nope, not 10. I didn't meet my mentor until 15.
Okay, all right. So we got to stay to 10. So where we at 10? Where we at?
10, we're here.
Mentally, where were we
We're
at
here.
mentally?
We're working hard. Our salary is getting up. We're making $5,000 to $6,000 a month. We got our training. We're motivating people. We're changing lives. We're starting boot camps.
Did you start your business at that point in 10?
Got my DBA.
Oh, so you did your DBA. Okay,
DBA.
so you went name and DBA on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at that point,
Get fit to stay fit. Got my logo.
Okay, logo piece.
Trademark.
Okay, trademark that.
Started all the business things that I knew from school. You know, I knew all these things.
Uh-huh.
And I started working on calling myself a businesswoman.
Okay.
I didn't call myself the words anymore. You know, I started changing my lingo.
Uh-huh.
I knew I had a son. My son was 8 years old at that time.
Right.
So he was going to school and we were single mother. I was pushing.
Okay.
I was pushing.
Still at this time, no involvement with anybody serious?
As far as guys, I would date.
Right.
But I would never take
but
it
no
serious.
No serious stuff. Okay. No. That's all I want to get to. I understand the serious
I would never
stuff.
take it serious.
Right.
I would never take it serious.
Because you on your plan.
Yes.
You ain't had time for that. You on your plan. Okay. So
and the next guy that I did meet,
mm.
it was another one of those 3 strikes.
Okay. All right. Okay. We ain't want to put them on that piece right there. Yeah. So it's just something that didn't work out. No problem at all.
No, it's bigger than that. I'll tell you in a minute. But
is it?
Yeah.
Okay. We ain't gonna say no names though.
No, not
okay.
at all.
Yeah, okay.
Not at all. But yeah. And after that, that period of my time in my life, became the personal trainer, started working out, exercising, still staying close to God. You know, my prayer life was always powerful.
Right.
But I never knew about meditation. You know, I prayed a lot, but I never knew about meditation. Yeah. So my prayer life was powerful. I still enjoyed traveling. So me and my son would go different places. You know, he's been to all the Disneylands and everything. I got a call from my family in Vegas, 2012.
Okay, we on 12 now. Okay.
I need you to come to Las Vegas and run my gym. I see you doing fitness. And run your gym. I really need you to come watch your nephew take care of the family and, you know, make things happen. Huh?
Okay.
So what you want me to do? Leave everything here? I got something established here. Just come on. I'm giving you a whole gym. You can run the gym on.
So this sounds like a brother or something.
My god brother.
Okay. All right. That's all people give them calls like that.
Packed up my son. We moved to Vegas.
And this was in
2012.
12. Okay. We in 12 now.
Packed up everything. Moved to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Guess what?
What happened?
It's so big. I forgot my baby daddy bought a house in Vegas. I mean, I forgot. How do you forget that? Because I went to Miami and lost my mind.
Are you serious?
So I'm in Vegas and I contacted an attorney. Oh yeah, you have a home here. Your son is entitled to everything that the home. Someone has made a fraudulent report and said that they own the home. They signed off your baby daddy, Smith sold this home in 2006. How did he sell a home in 2006 and he died in 2003?
Mm.
So I'm in Las Vegas running a boxing gym. What I would call, I was babysitting. Right. I thought I was babysitting my nephew at the time, which I was really helping him out. I was his first trainer.
Okay.
Because I knew about flexibility. I knew about lunges, you know, and he was into boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a boxing gym. And I started programs there. Mike Tyson Kids Camp, you know. So all the big boxers came through. I got to meet the Mayweathers, worked with Jeff Mayweather for a while. I got to meet Muhammad's daughter. You know, a lot of the big boxers came through.
Okay.
And so I started getting really into the boxing industry. My son didn't like that.
Why not?
That's not your son. I'm your son. So my son was doing football at Snoop Dogg, and he didn't like boxing. So I would be in the boxing gym all day with my nephew.
Right.
He like, that's not your son. So it'd be me, my son, and my nephew. We would be going to Disneyland. We would be going, you know, we would be together all the time. And so my son would be looking at me like, and I'm like, all this time I was away from my son, and now I'm putting him. Long story short, I'm training in Vegas, and I started really loving boxing. So I started working with Roger Mayweather, started training boxing. He taught me techniques, and I started working with Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Okay.
And then I was invited to Floyd's camp. And Floyd don't let too many people come to his camp. So there I saw a work ethic that was undeniable. I mean, this man works out for 4 to 5 hours straight. And that was powerful for me. But then at the gym, they would be cursing and smoking weed, and the kids would be trying to train at the same time, and the homeboys would be coming, hanging out. Right. And I really didn't want my nephew, you know, and my nephew was like, you know, but he wasn't adapting to it. You know, he was
Okay.
like, no, I don't want to take a 50 for 50 cents. I'm like, there go 50 cents. Like, no, you know, he really wanted to come for boxing.
Right. So
But-
his focus was really on his craft.
But nobody was paying attention to him.
Mhm.
Nobody was paying attention to him because Floyd Mayweather was there and all the other people was there. But he needed to get to train with Roger. So I tried to keep my nephew, you know, hold up, Roger, come on over here. Come on, work with, you know, let us get some rounds real quick.
Right.
So he would come, you know, and let me get some too.
Right.
You know, so we would get our work in real quick and, you know, hang around a little bit.
Okay.
But that what gave me the idea to want to do free camps for kids. Because kids, they knew what they saw, but they didn't know about the late greats. They didn't know the reasons why they should be in it. You know,
Right.
they didn't understand, you know, the actual benefits from the workout. You know, you're not really going in there to hurt nobody.
Uh-huh.
It was like, oh, you know, it was a thing that came to me. And so back and forth, you know, I'm on this independent thing. And like, I don't want to run nobody else's gym. I'm not no babysitter. I'm not about to be watching. I'm going back to Texas. This ain't my money.
Right.
I could train my own clients, but and so 2013 came back to Texas.
Came back to Texas. So you put a good year out there.
Yeah.
Good year.
And I learned a lot, which helped me to develop the skills for boxing. So
Mm-hmm.
I met George Forman and I talked to him about my boxing program that I wanted to start.
Okay.
You know, he's not knowing my past. He's not knowing that, oh, you used to
He
work
don't
in
know-
Harlem Nights.
He don't know Little Roach.
Oh, you used to be a drug dealer.
Right. Right.
You know, it was just like, you know, this intelligent woman. She's into fitness. She knows what she's talking about. She knows anatomy. She knows kinesiology.
Uh-huh.
She's told me stuff about my body that
Right.
she studied me, you know?
Right.
And it was like, of course, you can have my gym. Do whatever you want to it for free.
Hold up. Stop.
Here's your key.
Stop.
Here's your key.
Stop.
Here's your key.
Stop.
You know, I was typed up the proposal real well. You know, I had the education behind me to do all that.
And he looked at you like, go on with all that paper. That's how he looked.
He's an entrepreneur. He's the reason why he's living the way he's living is because what he's given.
Because he don't worry about stuff.
What he's given. Yeah,
He don't worry about stuff. It don't mean, because it doesn't mean anything. And once people really understand, they'll understand those type of people.
yes.
They don't really need paperwork and all that stuff. I mean, they handle their business, but
Yes.
little small stuff. No, I don't care this in your name. Okay, here. Go ahead.
Yes. And then I didn't really know that much about nonprofit. And that's why it's so important for us as a Black community to educate each other on what we need to know as far
Right.
as, you know, advancing in life.
Uh-huh.
And I found that here in Texas, that people would give me information that I would need to help advance my life. Like I'm taking all these steps, paying this mortgage in Vegas when I
Right.
could have pulled money out of equity.
Equity
Like,
out of it. Right.
duh. I didn't know that.
Because you didn't
though.
get those. You didn't get those lessons. in
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Right.
I didn't know
'Cause-
that it was already
because-
$100,000 up in
So
house.
when Little Roach was over there moving stuff, Little Roach wasn't moving it over there in the neighborhoods where, you know what I'm saying, people were flipping mortgages and pulling
didn't-
equity out of homes and stuff like that.
I didn't know about that.
Mm.
You know, so that experience was a hell of an experience for me, just to understand what I could do with the property that we had.
Right.
You know, and it totally was a difference for me understanding that. And now I'm a homeowner. You know, like I've been able to invest my money. So these things that I can.
Hold up. I want you to move forward now, because George just gave you some keys.
Yes.
See, I know you try to move. I understand, because you like that jab. Your jab be You know what I'm saying? So George gave you the keys now
Yeah.
and said, hey, go ahead. Hey, I hear what you want to do. Keep your little cute paper that you just typed up, because I know you took a couple business classes, and you know, I'm a country boy. I ain't got time for all that.
Yes.
You know, just do right by people.
Yes. And I not only structured my program for boxing, it was meditation, it was learning. We did communication, where they had to put their phones down and actually introduce themselves to each other. I taught them how to do public speaking, where they had to come up and introduce themselves, look eye contact, and make sure that they knew something about someone else in the room. Like we really went into a lot of stuff. I spent 3 hours a day with the kids, and then I taught them the jab. Not only the jab, they had a Mike Tyson quiz. They had a quiz on every boxer once a week
Oh, for real?
to tell me where they lived at, where they came from, where they got their
Right.
gold medals from. I would make a test for them. They would have to study that boxer once a week. And it was also nutrition. If you eat McDonald's, you can't come here. What, coach? Nah, man, you got to have a fruit a day. You need to go to the store and buy you see the lady on the corner selling oranges? Buy you a bag. Have you an orange every day. So the mamas was coming like, you told my son they can't go to McDonald's. So what we supposed to eat? I told your son how to get a loaf of bread and go to the store and get him, what he needs so he can make his own sandwiches when he get out of school. I taught your son that too. So
you didn't just take something away from him. You put something back in their hand at the same time.
And to the point where my kids are coming like, Coach, you're right. I feel more energized in the morning when I wake up. I feel like getting up now. I've drunk more water. They were actually seeing the results. And then I taught them meditation. So one of my kids, he would take it to the max. He like, Coach, man, I was in a Ferrari last night. And I wrote it down, Coach. I made it clear. And they, they took their mindsets to a whole nother level.
Right.
And this gym is in the 5th Ward area. Okay. So a lot of the 5th Ward kids were coming to it. And Trader Truth, Bun B, they helped me promote it. They put it on their pages and helped me promote it. And I did it for 3 years. And it's very successful. Like the kids that I put through it, I can see the difference in them after the program, summer program. But guess what I didn't know about? Nonprofit. I'm spending all my money asking people go fund me. Can you help me get these kids some food? Because I was actually providing their lunches, for them when they came, and I was providing the books and the stuff that they can write with, and that was right. And I provided the gloves, I provided the hand wraps, I provided all that stuff. Right. So I was just pulling money out, out my hat, and people were helping me in the community. Okay. But I didn't know about nonprofit. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you good? It's photography.
Okay. Right. And so to start that out, and I started doing it a lot, and I love doing it. And this year I didn't do it because of the pandemic.
Okay, hold on now. I told you be trying to fast forward on me. I got to pull you back a little bit. Okay, so the year George Forman, you had a conversation with him. What year was that?
First camp was 2015, was it?
Okay, 15. So between the time you got back from Vegas and 12, right? Mm-hmm. So you were getting your own clients and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. Were you doing gyms? I mean, were you going to the neighborhoods? I mean, you can't just come back and
in Las Vegas or in Houston?
No, here, because you came back. You left. You got mad. You didn't get mad, but you said, "Bump that mess. I'm leaving Vegas. I'm coming back here."
Oh, I'm really a networker.
Okay,
like I'm good at it.
So your network game's strong.
I throw on my gym clothes, and I go out. I introduce myself to people. I talk to people. Hey, how you doing? How are you eating today? Are you healthy? Would you like to go for a walk for me now? I just start walking with people.
Okay,
and just the networking itself brought me back up to where I needed to be.
Okay, so the energy is there. You bring in the energy when you walk up. So you just give it to him like, bam.
And I actually went to, I've been working for a cardiologist, and now I'm actually his trainer.
Okay.
I went to different medical buildings, and I told them that I need their patients. Like, what do you need? What do you need? I need your patients because I need to save their lives. This medicine is not going to do it.
Right.
So when I walked in there like that, they're like, okay. Right. And I came with my contract. Don't talk about my contracts. And I provided them with contracts. So if your client pays this much for the exercise, I'll pay you this much.
Right.
So that I need to be the prescription.
Look at Little Roach.
I am the prescription.
Look at Little Roach. Listen.
You can't keep calling me that.
I'm just trying to go where Little Roach is at now. Little Roach, they're mine. I can see where you go with it.
And then I'm so happy that Black-owned businesses are like, I was so afraid to be a Black-owned business that I used the name JADA. I would not tell nobody my name was Rashida. I would not call nobody like,
hold on.
I'm sorry, but I told you I've overcame that.
I know, but
and I would not even work with Black people.
And I'm only talking about during that time period. I'm just sitting here saying like,
I wouldn't even.
But you see how the mentalities were. Well, hold up, that we couldn't even be proud to say
that we're
a Black-owned business.
Yes, and then
isn't that crazy?
It's a trip because if you would call me and say your name was Keisha, I'm sorry, I don't have enough clients.
So if your name ended with an A in it, they wasn't getting in.
I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm full of clients right now. I wouldn't even want their money. That's a shame, huh?
Who says a shame? No,
because I would tell
it was a time period.
Yeah, if I would tell a white lady like, hey Joan, my program is $75 a session, but I can give you a deal. You can pay $1,800. That'll make it $600 a month because it's going to take you 3 months to get to your goal. Oh, that's no problem. Okay. How do I pay?
Right.
A black lady. But what about that's my card though? You tripping?
Right. I rather gonna die.
They didn't care about health that much until they get a heart disease or until something happens or until someone dies.
They get that sugar,
and then Black women work out. That started. I'm like, yes, and then everybody wanted to get surgeries and all this booty shots started happening.
Yeah.
So I went into the squats, no shots. I started motivating squats, no shots. I started motivating different ways so women could change their body without going into that deep.
Right.
And then I started seeing women who were damaged and depressed and trying to work out and not losing weight and gaining weight because of what they're going through mentally.
Right.
Well, they didn't know you have to fix that first before you jump into the race.
Fix that mindset first.
And then I saw, like, if you go into the Black community, you don't see nothing but dogs walking.
Yeah, I call them loose leaf dogs.
You don't see, you know, you go into the
loose leaf over there.
You go into the Caucasian community, you know, it's like 4 people running, jogging, you know, exercising, taking care of their body. So that's what I thought was where my income would come. Well, that's where I knew.
All right.
As a business person.
So as a business mind, you knew where your target audience was.
I knew, hey, my name is JADA. I'm a personal trainer.
Unless you wanted to walk.
Hey, my name is Rashida.
Unless you wanted to walk dogs.
My name is Rashida. They're not going to take me as serious.
Right.
They don't even see me yet. So when they see me, they're like, oh, it's a Black girl. You know, they can't even get that opportunity to Rashida.
Okay.
That's how I felt at the time.
Right.
You know, and then I wasn't as empowered as being a Black business owner. You know, I was more like, you know, I work for Get Fit to Stay Fit.
Okay.
You know, I'm one of the members of Get Fit to Stay Fit. You know, and then I totally went through a mindset makeover, which helped me out a lot. This lady named Lynn Richardson.
So you say you went through a mindset makeover.
This lady.
So was it this time when you met the mentor that you trained her? Like what year was that?
Yes,
that you met her?
2015.
So 15. Okay. All right. So now here she come.
She hired me, and my clients were really high end.
Okay, I don't know what high end means because I'm from a little country boy from North Carolina, so
means $75 to $100 a session.
Okay,
so that's for 1 hour session.
Okay, got it.
So if you weren't paying me $75 to $100 an hour, you know, and that makes your bill maybe like $720 a month.
Okay,
you know, and if you paid in advance, you can pay like $2,000, you know, for a certain amount of time.
Okay, got it.
And so I would take my checks in that advance.
Okay.
So if I have 10 people paying me $600 a month, that's $6,000.
Okay.
So imagine I have 30 people paying me $600 a month.
Right.
You know.
Oh yeah. I see how them numbers go.
You know. So when she introduced me to herself, she introduced me to herself as a married woman.
All right.
And the person that she was married to is multimillionaire. You know, and so they both were mentors and multimillionaires.
Okay.
And so they invited me into their home. But at the time, I didn't know they were mentors and multimillionaires.
I didn't lead with that.
I thought they were just normal people when I was coming to be their trainer.
Right.
So while I was working with her, working her out, I started seeing little stuff. I started seeing her on the internet. I started seeing her doing little sticky notes.
Right.
So what is it that you do?
So
she explained herself to me. She gave me the books. She gave me the sessions of her husband, the videos. She gave me all of the, you know.
So she gave you what people were paying.
For
big money for.
Yes.
Because your influence was more than money. Because your influence was more than power.
Yes.
You took power and money out of the equation and you applied your influence.
Yes.
And that made all that go away.
Yes.
Because people were paying for what he was doing.
Yes.
Child told me.
And the mindset that I've developed from her, whoo.
So
won't he do it?
So you see it's in a mindset. Like what were some of the things she was doing?
I wrote down in 2015, I wrote down. Guess what I wrote down?
Tell me what you wrote.
I will have a child before the age of 40.
Come on now. You wrote it down.
No, I said daughter. I said husband, daughter before the age 40. I still have this sheet where I wrote all of my, I said first boxing promotional fight. Everything I wrote down. I wrote it all down. I still have this paper at my house.
Okay.
2015. 2019, I did my first fight for Showtime. Showtime cut us the check. I did my first fight, meaning I had to get the ring card.
So you ain't gonna keep jumping from 15 to 19. Listen, I know I'm a little slow, but I know there's some 16 and 17 my nephew
is now world champion.
Well, hold on, we gotta get him.
And we run our own.
Was he world champion in 15? In 2015?
No.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're not going to skip this 16, 17, 18. I know you want to get to the meat and potatoes and stuff, but
yeah, and my brother and my nephew always told me that. Like, my nephew told me, he's like, I'm going to be hecka rich. Watch, I'm going to be a millionaire off of boxing. Right. And my nephew and my brother, he's like.
This is what he was talking about in 15?
My brother in 2012, he was talking about. Okay. And my brother's like, just stick to him. All you have to do is watch him and stick
hold
to
up.
him.
This is the nephew that was in Vegas that you left. You just uprooted and left because I'm going back to Houston. right? But you had to come back to Houston because one, you had to meet some people. You had to have some clients who had sticky notes all over the wall.
I had to get it right.
Right? You had to get something where your mindset was changing.
Yep.
You had to, because one, you were always chasing money at one time.
Oh,
come on now. That's why listen, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now what I be doing now. I
Thank
listen
you.
to what you're saying now. That's why I talked about the power, the money,
Thank
you know what I'm saying? And that influence outweighs both of them. So at the whole time you were chasing money. From the time you were in Oakland, you were chasing money. When you went out to Miami, you were chasing money.
You about to make me
when
cry.
you came back to Houston, you were chasing money. You know what I'm saying?
You about to make me cry because I told my son, everybody have an addiction, son. And my
Right.
addiction was money.
It was.
It wasn't the streets. It wasn't the drugs. It wasn't the strip club. It was the money.
It was that money.
And
every time you told me, it would always be gone.
And I would do things that people don't normally do and get like people like, oh my God, they paid you that much? Oh, I wasn't supposed to get that much? It's like, okay, And so when I started working with her, it changed a lot. I started writing stuff down. I said Oprah was my auntie.
So she taught you the art of writing things down.
Manifestation, the power of self, the mindset. And she taught me a lot of stuff. Entrepreneurship. She's got so different kind of courses.
So what's her name, if you don't mind?
Chanel Cooper Sykes.
So Chanel Cooper Sykes.
Chanel Cooper Sykes.
Okay. And who was her husband?
David E. Monty.
David E. Monty. Okay, so now, as you're going through this, it really was a paradigm shift, right? Like, because you were so focused on money, now it made you start to really think about the art of business.
Yes.
And really, did you know in the art of business, you don't think about money?
You don't even need money. No.
No, do you know that, right?
Yes.
You do know that, right?
Yes.
And that's the thing where if people have to go to certain levels to understand this. Levels is here. Levels is not college. They have to go to certain levels here to understand that the art of business is not about money. Money just happens to materialize once you learn and you incorporate actually doing the art of business.
Yes. Yes, that's deep.
I know, but
that's deep. That's deep.
I'm gonna drop some hand because I be saying stuff sometimes. I don't know why I say it.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? But
deep.
Anyway, I don't like to say stuff. But so at this point, and I'm just watching, I'm just listening to what you're saying, right?
Yes.
As you go through this little shift right here that you were doing, it's amazing, right? So now you're learning and you're thinking about it. So now we at 16, because I ain't gonna let you get to the championship yet. We ain't going there yet.
Okay, so 2016, I'm still in Houston.
Okay.
I'm doing my boxing camps. I'm a 6-figure earner.
Okay, let's start right now. You make 6 on the books. Come on now. I know Lil Roach ain't making 6.
I mean, that was my goals until I found out about the IRS people. I had to cut it a little short. Look, I didn't say that too loud.
Yeah. Okay, but whatever back 16, so we good now.
Yeah,
so,
I had to write them taxes up at the end of that year.
Ooh,
I'm like, who, where?
You made that much?
Who I'm giving that to?
No.
I
ain't training that many people. No, I ain't training y'all.
I don't know. Y'all got to pay me in cash. I need 1099s from now on.
But you know what? Sometimes the first time in your business, that's a lesson.
Yes.
It's a lesson.
Yes.
That's why I say the art of business. Because what happened is people just, oh shoot, I'm chasing money. Oh, look at all the money coming in.
Deposited the checks in the
there you go.
accounts.
Oh, I'm doing it, right?
Yes.
Because they don't understand the art of business.
Yes.
They don't understand about buying things.
And I'm still
investing
learning.
Back into their company.
Yes, because I'm still learning.
Investing back into their company, right? Mm-hmm. Understand that you need to invest back into your company.
Yes.
You need to spend some of that money back into your company.
Yes.
Don't be scared to spend money back into your company.
Exactly.
And understand the art of business.
The art of business.
Ooh, that's I need to write a book called The Art of Business, I think.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So we at 16.
Yes.
You're doing your things. You're getting hit in the head. Tax hit you. Bam. Because you don't understand the art of business yet at this point. But you are learning to kind of change your thought process.
Yes.
And that you're not necessarily really chasing the money like you were before.
No, not at all.
Okay. So now, so take me into the end of 16 going into 17.
Okay. So 2016, I'm working hard. My son's now high school. We're in Sugarland. He's at Austin High School.
Oh, fancy.
He's getting ready for graduation.
Okay.
My mom, I flew my mom here. My mom and my little brother. I'm handling everything.
We flying people in.
Taking care of everybody. thinking knowing I'm the boss. So I'm running my business, running my household.
Thought I heard something.
Oh, running my business, running my household, paying all these bills, managing everything all myself.
All right, got it.
My son's 17. He's getting ready to graduate from high school.
Uh-huh.
A lot of pressure with that. Buying him a car, keeping my mom a car. You know, my mom didn't work at the time. She worked off and on, but she didn't understand money like I did.
Right.
Yeah, she see my bank account. She's like, huh? You know, yeah. And she didn't understand how I like to live.
Right.
She's like, we don't need this big. Yes, we do. It's 4 of us here. So during that time, I took care of my mom, took care of my son, and I was doing all the responsibilities myself. What I didn't know is that you need people for your business. Like I was doing my accounting, I was doing my advertising, I was doing everything in my business for myself, and I didn't have the people that I need to make my business go to where I needed to go. So I learned that process was a tedious process, learning what to do in business, and that I couldn't do it all myself. So that was a process in its own.
Right.
And so once I started going to different mentors, understanding differences about business, I started learning more about my business, which got me more successful in business.
Okay. So you start looking at things from a whole different perspective, right?
Yes.
All right. So now when did this call come in about your nephew again? Because now a couple of years you've gone, you left Vegas, you abandoned him.
Yeah. And I went through 3 actually 3 mentorships and programs where you know, programs of what do they call it? Therapy.
Okay. Yeah.
Where I had, you know, counseling and all that stuff, where I helped to, you know, learn myself and understand what
and that's good. You know, and there's so many people who are, you know, I talked to this with Hugo a couple weeks ago. So many people are scared of therapy.
Yes.
They're scared of talking to someone.
Yes.
Why would we be scared of making ourselves better?
Yeah. And I joined with an amazing group called Hope Over Hurt, Pastor Wendy J. Turner.
Okay.
And she taught me about just giving back.
Say it again.
Giving back.
One more time.
Giving back.
Lord have mercy. Say it one more time.
Giving back.
People don't understand that.
Yeah. So the hurricanes that hit, like we hit the streets, like we hit giving back, knocking on doors, like we went hard in the paint just to give back and make sure that people, even if it was just to give a person a smile or just tell a person I love you, just like giving back to people. And that really helped me get the grind to want to help other people. You know, like that really put me in the mode to like, no, this world can be changed if we put what we need to put into it.
Right.
If we do what we can, the world can be changed. And so I worked with Pastor Wendy J. Turner with Hope Over Hurt, praying, and she took me through a lot of things, understanding who I was also.
Right. So what was one of the hardest things that you had to overcome that you learned about yourself?
My ego.
That can be powerful, can it?
Yeah.
It was the point of where no one was really allowed to say anything to you.
And then it was like I can do it. Okay. I don't need no help. I got this.
I got this.
I
know where everything was going on.
Who? I've been there, done that.
I'm Little Roach. I got every badge out there. There's not a badge that Little Roach don't have.
Well, you don't know. I'm a study. I'm gonna tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it was more like no.
Right.
You know, like
cause that's the way I do it.
Yeah. And even as my mom even never made me clean my room up. You know, and I never had a real job to.
Right.
You got to be there on this time. You got to. You know, so. And I was always spoiled. And then I had this block on myself for relationships. I didn't want to let a man in my life. You know, I didn't want that power and control.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a bumpy.
Okay. No, we go through the bumps and the bumps and the bumps. That's just about life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I overcame that. Sent my son through school. He graduated high school.
All right.
Where we at? 17, right?
Yeah, we at 17 because I'm still trying to figure out what a nephew gonna come in at now. Is he coming back in at this point?
Yeah. Well, in 17.
Yeah, the nephew.
I had my brain aneurysm.
Oh, that's why you try to go all the way to dad. Where we at now?
So let's go back to 15. In 15,
come on, I told you.
In 15, I started traveling a lot.
Right.
So I went to South Africa with the Fountain of Praise.
Okay. All right.
And I had seen Oprah, and I seen this lady.
You ain't seen no Oprah.
I did. I seen her. I talked to her. She touched me and told me I had that gift.
Listen, you know, over my booth.
You know where she came to, right? She came to the Toyota Center right around our birthday. And she had this lady named Angela Davis. Guess what Angela Davis came out and did?
Come on now, what you do?
Fitness. Fitness. She came out and said, "Hi, everybody. I'm the fitness. I need everybody to stand up I said, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, she done said your name.
I'm gonna do that. So I ran
Right.
all the way down. You know, I'm VIP.
Yeah.
Who? You better move. Ran all the way down there, got close to Angela Davis and met her, got her name, got her phone number, met with her again another time, and you know, been networking with her. Right. So they said, if you see a person that you want to be like, get close to them.
Ooh. One more time.
Find you somebody that you know that's ahead of what you're into, and you want to be like them. Get close to them, get to know them, get to see what they did and didn't, so you can make the same mistakes.
But look, when you get close to them now, you need to tell them what you gonna do and what you gonna be.
I ain't have to say nothing.
No, you need that's what
Sir,
you know. That's what most people do, right?
4 months later, I was in Africa doing the same thing she was doing.
But hold up, though. But what I'm saying is, most people, when they get around somebody that they kind of want to be, they want to tell that person, "Oh no, you got to understand me. This is the way I work."
Oh, I did. She loved me for it too. She even invited me to come out to when she did TD Jakes. That's how powerful of a trainer she is. She did the TD Jakes event that he does every year in Dallas.
Right.
Hey, Jada, come out and hang out with me.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that was, and I still look up to her as a mentor in fitness.
What?
Yeah. So I was able to go to South Africa and travel on helping kids out.
Right.
It was a bunch of kids who had diseases and orphans. I was able to see Soweto and see how people live with no lights and power. They live like that.
Right.
Walked. Where's the school? I was able to visit the jail where Nelson Mandela was to see how they were still under control of the African KKKs, you know, like the difference between where we came from.
Right.
I was able to walk those grounds.
Okay.
And understand life. And then I visited Johannesburg, like all those areas I was able to experience Africa. And that was powerful for me.
Yeah.
When I came back and realized,
feeling, huh?
I realized, whoa, I do have a lot of things that. And then so that slavery still existed. Like the black kids couldn't go to school, normal schools, and learn, get the education. Like education is not free. So that was a powerful experience for me. And I'm glad that Pastor Mia let me do that.
Right.
Because she told me to go up and do my fitness presentation in front of thousands of people.
The power, right?
And I did it. And it felt amazing.
I know.
And those people still followed me like, oh my God, we can just do squats at home. We can do squats while washing clothes. You know, like I taught them all different kind of stuff.
Right.
And that was powerful to me. And I saw myself changing people's lives. I saw the looks in their face and they're like, oh, I can do it. Oh yeah, I do need to eat different. Oh yeah, I do need to drink more water. You know, and oh yeah, my blood pressure going down, you know, and I call back, check with them and, you know, just make sure that they're doing what they need to do. That was a total change for me too. So
that empowerment movement, it really got you to the point where you really start to see what Jada was going to be.
And then it was a weird because I would go up there in front of people. I'm like, these people don't even know I used to be a drug dealer and a stripper. Like if they knew that, they would think I'm, you know, they wouldn't even let me talk. You know, that's how I felt.
Oh, you felt that way?
I was like, oh, these Christians. I better, I better do my Christian walk.
Oh, you know? Christian walk. Okay. Okay, but you know, we learn transparency.
Yeah, and that my test is my testimony, my mess.
It's a magnifying glass. You know that, right?
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yes.
Our transparency is a magnifying glass.
Yes. So things like this, I would never share with nobody. Like I would be embarrassed to even speak like this and let people know my story, what I've been through. Like it's people to today that don't even know my name is Rashida. Like it's people that know Jada that don't even know Rashida. When I go back to California, they're like, who is Jada? You know, like in Ra and Roach. Right. You know, that's who they know in California. You know, so when I'm doing boxing promotions and I'm talking to people over the phone and they're like, well, where can we follow you on social media? Like, well, who's Jada? Oh,
so that's for the Ra.
Yeah. So I have to throw Ra.
Yeah, throw the Ra.
You know, so just to, because when I was dealing with Showtime, it was like, you know, what do I sign on here? What do I say? You know, like, oh, I'm Rashida now. You know, I'm not Jada. Stop doing that to yourself.
We don't get to that point yet because I don't want to talk about that Showtime moment yet. Okay. So we at 17.
2017.
We went to Africa, right?
Went to 2015. I went to Africa. Okay. 17. I mean, between 15 and 17, I started traveling.
Okay.
Belize, Paris. I've traveled like all over the world, just traveling. You know,
traveling. And who were you traveling with again?
I would go with different groups. But I would go with different groups. Like I'll find different travel groups.
Right.
So one time I went without Fountain of Praise. The other time I went with a group that was the 50 party group.
Okay.
A bunch of Caucasian women.
Okay.
You know, we went to Belize.
Right.
And you know, they did a seminar. They hired me to speak.
Okay, got it.
You know, like so, everything was for either empowerment or speaking engagement.
Right.
That I was called to do, and I didn't know I could make that much money just for speaking. Yeah. So after traveling a lot, 2018.
Uh-huh.
I think it was 2019. I got the call from my brother. I need you to come run the team.
He calling again. I remember back when he called last time.
I need you to come run the team. What team? We have our own promotional company now. I need you to come run the team.
Right.
Okay. Baby, 18 now. Okay. We having our first big fight at the MGM. We having our first big fight at the MGM. Really? Come on. So I flew down there.
Uh-huh.
I started working with the team.
Right.
It was an amazing feeling. Booking hotels, like we deep fights, going through different things, watching him develop, watching him win all these fights. Like it was,
right.
It was amazing.
His nephew.
Yeah.
Same nephew back when he didn't want to go take pictures with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go take pictures with these people right here.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew what he wanted to do.
He already knew his mindset. Like I told him he was manifesting things and he didn't even know it.
He didn't even know it.
He didn't even know it. And I just learned about manifestation.
So he was focused on his purpose.
He already
time
knew
ago.
He already knew it.
Mm.
When I seen that check say $1 million, so you didn't believe me? I said, I believed you. You said that.
Right.
You said that, and this is your dream, and you love it.
This was nephew.
Yes.
What's nephew's name?
Devin Haney.
Devin Haney.
Yeah. So that really changed my life to see the power of boxing and how much money. Do you know Al Heyman gave Floyd Mayweather a $300 million check? $300 million check. One night, one fight. That's how much boxers can make. So when I seen that and I heard that, I'm like, this is a sport that black men need to know about. Young black boys, they can become, in something that they.
Right.
Yeah. So that really got me into boxing a lot. So I go back down to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I still have the home there.
Yeah. Still got a house there.
Been renting it out.
Renting it out, man. Okay. Keeping the men's flipping.
Keeping it flipping. My son's finishing college.
Mm-hmm.
And he's moved up to his own apartment.
Okay.
Well, actually, he's at he was at TSU.
Okay.
And the apartment's in that area and doing his own thing. I stayed in Vegas for a whole year.
Right.
Until my nephew signed with another contract, so they didn't really need my work anymore. He signed a new contract with Matchroom, and things changed.
They got their own little.
Yeah. So we didn't have to run a promotional company myself. So my work got limited there. Yeah. Right. So stayed there a whole year, learned everything that I need to know about boxing, the ins and outs. I mean, I can do a fight right now and have everything set up. Like I've got the phone numbers, connections everywhere, you know? Yes. And I learned about boxing and I love it. Yeah. And I met the people that I need to know to get boxers to where they need to be. Yeah. So all of my training, I try to find boxers and develop boxers. And so I've been doing it now. And with my new baby and the pandemic, like things were really getting hard out here in Houston.
Right.
But I was still able to remain an entrepreneur and remain my head above water. Yes. So after being in Vegas for that year, I moved back to Houston.
Okay.
The beginning of, actually on my birthday, October 11th. I put everything in a U-Haul truck and drove the U-Haul truck from Vegas to Houston. And found me a little condo here.
Okay.
And I went to Africa again. I actually went to Egypt. And I date, but I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not like in a relationship. Like, the guy that I went to Egypt with, he's like, I don't want no titles, we're not no titles, this game that people are playing in life right now, not taking relationships too serious. And when you do, you either the wife, the side chick, or, it's all these stuff that comes with relationships right now. It's kind of crazy. So I went to Egypt with a friend and I ended up being pregnant.
Yeah, Egypt do that to you now.
And I hadn't been pregnant in 21 years, but remember, I manifested. I wrote it down.
Yeah, you wrote it down. You said it, so you can't be looking at nothing but yourself because you wrote it down now.
Yeah, so my baby, her name is Egypt.
Okay.
She's 4 months.
That's right. She was made in Egypt. You got to call her Egypt.
She's 4 months. I'm back here in Houston. Right now, I'm personal training. I have tons of clients. I'm working with Dr. Montgomery.
Okay.
And the Baxter Montgomery Wellness Center.
It's the heart people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm developing different routes of changing lives within fitness. Back in Houston, networking and moving forward in life.
Moving forward.
Yep.
Why did your eyes just do that just now?
Because when you called me, the day you called me.
So that's what I want to talk about right there. I saw your eyes just now.
The day you called me, like I've been going through some emotional things now. Like being 40 years old, you know. I have my daughter. You know, I've had my responsibilities.
Right.
You know, my son is on his own now. My mom's on her own now, so I'm more comfortable with that.
Right.
Because I did almost die from a brain aneurysm.
Yeah, we just skipped all about that, but now we're about to rewind the tape. So we're gonna go back to 2017. No, we're gonna go into 16. So in 16, it's December, Christmas hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had a great time. Christmas, New Year's comes in. We doing it up. We doing the middle of January, and then all of a sudden,
this is powerful.
I know what it is. Come on now.
Wait a minute. All-Star game came back to Houston the year that I had my brain aneurysm. So the All-Star game was here due February, and I had some friends that wanted to come rent my house out in Sugar Land.
Okay.
And my mom was like, "No, I'm not leaving the house. You know, whatever you got to do it on your own."
Mom, you better get it.
So they were going to rent my Range Rover and for the weekend, they were going to give me $7,000.
Oh, mama gone.
So my mom really gave me a hard time. I was in my room crying because my mom didn't want to leave. And so I'm like, okay, I can't rent my place out. Don't stress over it. Okay.
I want to stress, but mama going to be.
All that month of January, my son told me he was having sex.
Okay.
I'm running my business. I'm managing my house. I can't rent out. I need to make money right now. You know, things are changing.
Right.
And I'm just stressed.
The stress is killing you.
I'm just stressed. And I'm overthinking everything. You know, like, okay.
That overthinking is rough.
Stress, worry. You know? And my mentor, we're at our house, hanging out, chilling, cooking gumbo. I go upstairs to do my little workout on the live.
Right.
I come back downstairs. We're chilling, hanging out. I don't drink that much. I had a little bit of glass of wine.
Okay.
So as soon as I drank the wine, I'm upstairs.
Right.
Guess what?
Well,
I never came back downstairs.
Come on now.
I was on the floor in the bathroom, passed out. So she's like, "Oh, that's wine, girl. You that light on the wine? Are you that lightweight?"
Right.
And then she rolled me over and she looked at me up. "Oh no, Jada, I got to take you to the hospital. You want to go in the car, the ambulance?" That's all I heard.
That was all you remember from that point.
That's all I heard. It was like January 27th. I woke up January 30th. I woke up January 30th to half my hair. I didn't know what happened. I know I was in the hospital and I woke up and I looked and my homegirl, her name is Toya. I had met her in church and she was standing there. And I'm looking like, "What are you doing?" You know, I'm surprised. Like, what? She's like, "Friend, I got to tell you something. Just relax. Don't wait a minute." So she showed me the mirror and she showed me myself.
Right.
And I didn't have no hair. All my hair was shaved off. I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "You here. That's all that matters." So my surgeon came in and said, "You were 15 minutes from death."
Come on now.
Is there any reason why you could have? Do you have high blood pressure? We see no history of high blood pressure. We see no history of you're perfectly healthy. Like you exercise every day. We see nothing in your blood that could have caused this. I said, "Huh?" They said, "Yeah, most people that have a brain aneurysm, 66% of the people die in the ambulance before they even come. And the percentage of people that make it from a brain aneurysm, they end up paralyzed or they have conditions that, you know, and it actually, ruptured. It was ruptured. And as I lay there, I started talking to the Father. He said, "I needed you to go through this so you can know what it feels like to feel like this." I said, "Huh?" I didn't understand it then. Then I went to move my arm. And it didn't move. And I went to move my legs. And they didn't move either. So imagine that.
Trapped inside your body.
I just laid there. So the doctor said, "Give it 3 days and you should be able to feel more things. You know, you just came out of a coma." A coma? How? So I'm talking to the Father, you know, but I really didn't know. I knew to talk to him, but I didn't know how to listen that well.
Ooh, now that's powerful.
You know, I knew to talk to him. I want this, Father. Thank you, God. You know, I appreciate you, God. But I never knew about meditation and relaxing my mind and relaxing my body and letting it just be quiet.
Right.
I was always on the move, always on the go, always trying to do, always letting, always, I never took time out to just sit and be still.
Right.
What the Bible says, still. So during the hospital, during that time, I learned a lot about myself. And I learned a lot about things that I can control.
Okay.
And one was, if I can't do it, like health is wealth. I can have all the money in the world. I can have $10 million right now in the bank. But what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? You just gonna keep running around trying to make all this money and running around and doing all this. You're gonna run yourself. I led you through. You never been molested, raped. I put you through strip clubs. You've been homeless on the streets. I've never let anything happen to you, my child. You were in a relationship with a guy who put a gun to your head and said that he would kill you right there. Right. Domestic violence. You've lived the street gang life where you've been shot, you've been to jail, you've been through all that, and you made it through all of this.
Right.
So what's gonna happen now, God? Why would you?
Because you wouldn't listen.
Slow down. Let go. So it was a magical number on February 21st. I was released from the hospital. All types of stuff started happening, and I started understanding the power of manifestation. Right. So instead of saying "can you" or "I will" and "if" and "I'm gonna try," come on now. I started telling myself, "Get up, I open. You are power. You will win. You will beat this." Right. Hey, beautiful. You walk really nice. Right. Oh, I can see you walking in your destiny. Right. And so they were like, no, just relax. They started giving me bad foods. I started ordering my own foods from places. Told my cousin to bring me some exercise bands and some weight bands. Right. I told them they need to get me a physical therapist in here. And I told them, can they put some tape on my eye and open a nerve up? I started talking to the nerve. Right. And every morning I was on a prayer line. I had this guy who comes to me every day, Mean Green. His name was Chris Green. He said, Jada, you cannot take them things off. Can you take these wires off of me so I can go for a walk? Can you help me move around? Every day he said it was something different. He said, one day I came up, you was walking down the hallway with your IV. Right. I had unplugged it myself. The lady, what happened was a man came and tried to change my bedpan. Right. And that day I knew I had to walk. I knew I had to walk. Right. And I started talking to my body. I started commanding, not really talking to my body, but commanding it, telling myself, you are healed. Being deliberate. Yes. Not you are going to try. Try nothing. If a nurse came in my room and wouldn't read a scripture or they had to, oh no, you're never going to, oh no, please never bring her back. You're not allowed to come in my room ever again. So I got the exercise bands. I started talking to myself. I learned meditation, the real meditation, to sit, be still, and let the power of the breath, breathing in and out, relaxing, and doing my mantras, telling myself, I am. And I manifested my whole way through that process. Believe it or not, when I walked into the surgeon office, he was in total shock. He cried. He prayed with me. He said, this is not a professional thing to do, but I cannot believe you're walking. I can't believe you're talking. I can't believe you drove here. Right. He said, I'm getting so emotional now. What kind of God do you serve? Ooh. And I recorded all that. I got all that from when he told me that. And I just was like, I'm here now. Oh, what you tripping for? I'm here now. Right. Let's walk. Turn on some Young Jeezy. Let's walk.
And you see, you didn't want to go back because you had already moved forward.
Yes, and I learned that.
So him talking backwards, you wasn't focusing on that. You were focusing on, okay, that's what had happened. So we're not gonna focus on that. Okay, now let's go.
Do you know how powerful that is? Women who walk around, oh, I came from a domestic violence relationship and I'm struggling and I'm going through this and I'm trying to do this. You trying, girl, do something. Like those words you speak are not going to make you do anything. Like nothing. You keep bringing up this past, let it go. Okay, my baby daddy died. Am I going to live forever saying my son daddy died? Okay, he left me. Gone. Every time I speak that with a, it was a,
yeah. Because that's all we can do.
Yes. After that process of beating the aneurysm, I really knew how powerful God was within me. And I really knew that I was here for a reason. And my story would not just be a test or a message. Right. I hope it would change someone's life and let them know, like women, we can't do it all. Men too. You can try. Right. I could imagine what Dr. Dre was doing when his aneurysm kicked in, because I know he's a man of money and a man of, power. So he probably was in there mixing and mastering and had all these things set up, trying to get his, he trying to get his M&M back. He probably been working for years trying to, and it never know. And I just want to make sure that we're healthy mindset wise. Like, cause I eat all the clean vegetables. I exercise 30, 60 minutes. I do everything, but.
So you did it. You were doing everything right, is what they say.
But
eating wise,
who could have said I would have had a brain aneurysm?
But stress.
I consider it was stress. What I say
Stress.
is I was putting so much on my brain it said,
Mm.
you know how that works. So yeah, so I beat that and ended up back in Vegas and back into my boxing and
Right.
done a lot of things since then. Like I literally ran one of my camps right after the aneurysm.
Uh-huh.
And the kid walked up to me like, "Coach, somebody punched you in the eye, coach." Because my eye was, my eye was still,
Right.
I really couldn't open my eye and I still have some problems with it sometimes. But
Right.
I can see,
Mm.
I can walk, I can move my leg, I can talk. Now, that was so powerful for me just to be able to walk again. Like people don't know what it's like for your brain not to function with the muscles on your body. It's like your brain tells your body to do one thing and it doesn't do it. It's like, whoa, that was a total setback for me. But I think I recovered because of my mindset. Well, I know I recovered.
That's what it was. It was the mindset.
Yeah.
And that's why we tell people all the time, just if we think something, then that's what really happens.
Yes.
If we think we can't do something, guess what? That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
If we think negatively, guess what? That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
I guarantee you, and so we do have to get to a point where we condition ourselves. You know what I'm saying? If we have been consumed with the negative thing or the worry and all these things like this, and we have to be around people who are talking about moving forward, who are not focusing on the issue that happened. Okay, that happened. Hey man, I just lost all this money. Hey man, this happened. Okay, all right, let's go.
Yes.
What's next?
Let's move next. Move on.
Let's go next.
And also,
nobody's gonna stay back here with you on that.
And also, we don't want to stay somewhere that we're not supposed to be.
Right.
Like at that time in my life, I was not supposed to stay where I was supposed to be. So it's been a powerful.
Okay, so let's talk about a week ago.
Yes.
So a week ago, something significant happened, right?
Yes.
We were all in Clubhouse.
Yes.
And while we're in Clubhouse, you were speaking.
Yes.
And as you were speaking, I was hearing something. And it caused me to just immediately professionally jump into your DM.
Yes. What was it that you heard?
Just something in your voice. It was just the way you were talking.
And it is a trip because that morning when I woke up, I've been taught to do my every morning I do the same routines. I do my IMs. I'm a dancer, so that's what helps me to get myself right.
Okay.
I turn on that good music and either slow or whatever mood I'm in. I do a little praising and worshiping.
Okay.
I do a dance. I write it down, bathe myself, bathe my child, and every morning I do the same routines. So I got up that morning and it was like, close it down. Close, get fit to stay fit down. It's time to be Rashida. It's time to tell people who you are. Like your business is cool, but it's time to let your message out. Like get fit to stay fit is cool. You're doing your training, your clients and all, but it's time to shut it down. Like you're not about to be going against these fake trainers that's coming on the internet. Like the internet is not your platform. It's a good platform, but I need you to touch the people. Like I need to start back traveling. I need you to get back out there. And I was like, no, I can't. And then I wrote up, I'm going through spiritual maintenance. I'm temporarily closing my page down. Okay. Because I literally erased a lot of things off of my page, like pictures with Floyd Mayweather and pictures with celebrities, because people would literally come to my page for the hype. Everybody's about the clout now. And and I'm not with that. Like I can put my booty on the internet and have all these followers, but I'm really not with that.
Right.
No, I don't want to be on the OnlyFans making, it's not about money anymore. It's like the internet is cool and all, you can be successful off of it, but I don't want people to see me in that light just for likes.
Right.
If I can come on and tell my story, because right now a lot of little girls, they listening to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and they're seeing these lifestyles that they're imagining.
Right.
And the world is going through a crazy phase right now.
True. So true. So true.
Yeah. And so if I can change a young girl's life by telling her, yes, I was a Cardi B. And that's not the lifestyle that you want to live.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes, I've wore the most expensive things that you can wear. But once you have a man buy you that, what are you going to do with it?
What's next?
I've been there. I've done that. Yeah. So I was going to shut my whole page down. And then you called me. Not only you called me, but the power of God really works for me well. I'll be in Las Vegas next Monday doing another podcast.
Come on now.
For women's wellness.
Mm.
This is my actual first podcast that I've ever done. This is the actual first time that I've really acknowledged my whole story out
Ever.
and open. I've done it in private with my mentors and with my counseling and with my, understanding what I have to go through to get through it, but never publicly where I don't know who's watching me. I don't know who will see me tomorrow and be like, hey, little roach.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've always been afraid of that clout. Like, I don't want that hype.
Mm.
Like when people are like, oh, you're Devin's. I'm like, oh, let me erase this real quick. Oh, let
Right.
me, it's like, and I'm understanding now. You're a Money Team affiliate. You can move that to make your business. Like, come on now, work at the business aspect. Keep the business mind on it,
Mm.
And I think my story is more valuable than what I'm making right now as far as in the fitness industry making money.
Well, I'll say that I know it's more valuable. And so even when we spoke on the phone that morning, it was just hearing you, and I told you, I was just like, nah, what's going on? Because then I seen the post you talking about you closing the stuff up. I'm like, I just said I have to talk to her.
Yeah,
I have to talk to her. I said no.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful for Andy and Anita and you because you guys are totally strangers, and the conversation that you started is like your family. They're not gonna be supporting you, and you guys came into my life, and you don't know the support that you've given me. Just seeing Andy through the women's conference, like I'm so motivated by that. Like I want to do women's conferences and change women's lives and bring up powerful speakers and do things like that. I want to work with people who are doing things like that.
Right.
Clubhouse is free. We don't ask people to pay us to come and listen to what we're talking about in the morning, and it's very powerful for information. And I'm all about giving.
Right.
So thank you guys for that.
Why do you think you give so much now? Why do you think it's so important that you do that?
I think because it's what my purpose is. It's like God sends you to do things. Like I think that's what life is about, service. Like I think to serve, like people, what's going to get you to the pearly gates or when you die, I think serving is what is going to do it. Like I think if I can touch more people and serve and change, that's going to do it. I might can give a person $1,000 here and there, but that's not what's going to do it.
It's not going to do it.
Yeah,
it's not going to do it. And that's why it's so fun. I think it was yesterday, maybe or today. Somebody asked me like, what do you give somebody who they probably have everything, material items and all that stuff? And I just said appreciation and time.
Yeah.
See, that has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with power. That is something that's all from within.
Yeah.
And so, like you said earlier, when you said when all your belongings were gone, when Amin came in, him and his brother took all the stuff out there, you said you had two things. What was the two things again?
I had my confidence and I had myself.
And neither one of those two things had anything to do with power or money.
Exactly.
It was the influence from within yourself. And so it goes with the same thing about when we chase money, and I tell people all day, you can chase it and it'll be in your hand, but you're not going to have it. When that is the thing that you look forward to every day, when it's the thing you look, oh man, I'm chasing the money, I'm chasing the dollar.
Chasing that bag.
Go ahead and chase it. You'll chase it for a lifetime. There are so many things you're going to pick up because you're chasing it that it's going to hurt you.
Yes.
And then in the end, you're not going to have it.
Exactly.
Because one, you want to play fastball forever. You don't want to play long ball. See, giving, sharing, supporting, that's a lifetime movement.
Yes.
Money, they can stop money tomorrow. And they really could stop money tomorrow if they wanted to.
And they really will be stopping money soon.
Well, a lot of people don't believe or understand that. But we have to get together. We have to ensure that we can support one another. We have to push each other in each other's platforms. We have to make sure, you understand?
Yes.
That we just really give ourselves.
Yes.
As much as possible. And the funny thing about it, You know, the more that you give of yourself, the better you feel.
Who you telling? That bag start chasing you. You be
You know what I'm
looking
saying?
around. You, another bag get thrown at you.
It's just you'll feel better.
Yes. Yes.
But the people who, well, I got to get this for this one. I'm clenching this right here. I'm telling you, nothing gonna come to you.
That person I was.
You know, and you're gonna constantly lose. And your whole story.
That person I was.
You saw that money when you saw that pack, that 50 pack, and from that 50 pack, you chase money. From that time when you were that age, all the way time till you got back to Houston finally. You know what I'm saying? For somebody who didn't even look like you.
Yes.
You to be in somebody's house that didn't look like you. They took, now you had numerous angels all through your trip. The truck driver.
Yes.
Angel.
Corey.
Right? You know, grandma when she gave you that hug.
That was a
angel.
Yes.
I mean, angel.
Yes. Yes.
The boys in the hood back there in Oakland. Angels.
Seminary. Yes.
Football player. Angel.
Yes. Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
See,
you just came
the path.
You just came through like, hello, Houston. Angels. Come on through, you know, because I don't know if I call myself selfish, but I like to be a part of stuff.
Right.
But I'm like, I know a lot of people.
Right.
But I don't have no friends.
Oh.
So I'll network and I associate, but then I go to myself.
Go to your little corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I travel the world real literally by myself, but I'm open to being more.
Right.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And you don't even have to necessarily build friends, because this is what happened. This is what I call it. You know, people get caught up in his friends because society built the word friends. Okay. That's where they come from. But when you get around like action people, see, it's not about whether you like them. It ain't about whether your minds are the same. What it is, your output is the same.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's
it don't matter what your input is, but your output is the same. And see, if we find ourselves and we get around people where our output and our actions are the same, I'm telling you, that is what is powerful. Because I promise you, there is nobody that can be around me or beside me that does not have, you know what I'm saying, the like action that I have. Because the like-minded people, I will not let them be around me.
Yes.
Because I choose not to be like-minded. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
I have to see what the output is.
Can't be the smartest person in the room.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because that's being comfortable then.
Yes.
I love being beside a genius. I love being beside you. I love beside a Andy.
I said, where you going? I'm all the way down there with the.
I love to beside a Tristan. You feel what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you said.
I love that. It's one of those things when you can be around some people. I'll tell you, look, I'll go back to military for 1 second. When you can be in certain, we call them units, and everybody in that unit is on the same accord of action.
It's stuff gonna happen.
Do you know it's over for somebody?
Powerful. Unity.
It's over.
Unity.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel when I was working with my team.
Listen.
Like we all develop.
Come on now.
You know, like it's unity.
Wish something would go on.
Everybody play their
because
position.
You already know.
And it's been like that since, you know, back in our days. Before, you know, because now things are changed. Like everybody used to listen to somebody back in our days. You know, like
right.
Even if it was the lady at the end of the house.
That's right.
Can't pass her house. Nobody, you know, it was things have changed now, but
right.
We're moving with the times, right?
We're moving with the times, but the good thing about it is things don't, you know what I'm saying? Those times are still here.
Yes.
It's just we have changed so much.
The people are still here, just
right.
you know.
Yeah, we have changed so much, and we just have to get back to what that was.
Yes.
You know, we talk about it. We say, "Oh man, I remember you go down Miss Lulu Street, you mess around, step on her flowers, you gonna get beat down by the time you get, you know, and everybody gonna get you, right?"
Yes, because being from Oakland, California, you know, I witnessed the Black Panther Party.
Right.
I witnessed unity. You know, I witnessed all of that. So yes, I was at the free lunch.
Right.
I got the free lunches from the Panther Party.
That's what I'm talking about. But that's togetherness.
Yes. I witnessed
you know what I'm saying?
that. Yeah.
So that's what I think that we have to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
We got
and it's sad we have to figure it out.
You know, it's sad that it takes so many deaths. It takes so many Black action and power movements for people to realize that we have to come together as Black movements and help each other out.
Yeah, the movements. You know, we have to apply.
Pressure.
That's it, and that's what it's
Pressure.
all about.
They
You know what I'm
they
saying?
could take our water and our lights. Can they really do that? Yes, they can.
Right. And it goes back to and I'm glad you even see that really shows me you, because you said what you said when I was like, hey, you know, they can just, what happens when they just cut our money off? And you said they can cut the money off. And they're going to cut the money off.
They're going to.
And they are. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother thing, and I don't get into that
we ain't
on
get
this,
into that.
on this platform right here.
I thank you for allowing me to share my story. I hope this story does not bring a different look, upon me. I've told my story to certain relationships or men that I were with, and they're like, "Oh, you used to be a stripper." I ain't never dated a stripper before. I ain't know you was a stripper.
And that's what they got out of it. Out of all that caring and
I would have never thought you was a stripper.
You know what I'm saying? Out of all that, that's what they got out of it.
Yeah, they see me run a whole boxing team. They see me do a whole network,
Right.
and then they say, "Oh, I didn't know you came from the hood."
Right.
You from Oakland? Oh, I heard about Oakland girls.
Right.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, throw off anything. Was I supposed to tell you my whole story when I met you?
Hey, see, that's just intelligence. That's what it says to me. It's intelligence.
It makes it hard for me to date, though. I mean, it's kind of like,
but how though? That's what's really crazy. Like, how can somebody's background and like what they?
It makes it hard for me to date.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and a lot of things is me too. I need to clear out a lot of things. I need to let go of a lot of things.
Right.
Expectation wise.
Right.
I expect a man to be that nourishing, that understanding, that.
Right.
Oh yeah, I know you ain't. Oops.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh yeah, I know you ain't going out. You're not that type of girl. I can trust you to
Right.
run and do this and do that. And no. So I don't find the dating life too. I don't know. I'm working on that part of my life. You guys started this morning with marriage and business.
Right.
You see, I stayed quiet. I stayed quiet, but
nah, let me tell you this whole thing, as far as you telling your story, which I said it was gonna go beyond a book. You know what I'm saying? But I told you, I said, I hope you got the book ready, after the podcast, but definitely the movie. Because it really will turn into that, and it really is that. But it's a story.
I contacted the homeboy from Clubhouse who said he can do the Netflix.
Oh yeah, a lot of people say a lot of stuff.
They can do it. Huh?
Yeah, everybody can do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Till them actions come out, right?
But I thank you for allowing me to have this platform, and you've opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I need to start working on, like the book and
the
motivational speaking and all the stuff that I need to do. And I feel more comfortable. Right now, like after tonight, I feel a lot more comfortable. And
I think you should share your story as much as possible. Honestly,
you can't call me Roach though. Don't be popping that out.
I didn't call it. I didn't say that anymore. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely have to do that, because one is so therapeutic to you.
Yes.
And just like you just said, you feel more comfortable now.
Yes.
Doing this, and so that was a piece you needed to do. You need to release it properly.
Thank you.
In this outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
And
you.
I really appreciate you giving Firecast, you know what I'm saying, the exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I keep getting these exclusives right here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe probably God planting these angels around
and
stuff like
it's
that.
Your time.
You know what I'm saying? So this it's been beautiful.
Thank you.
It's been more than beautiful. I'm glad to know you now. I'm saying I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, that we'll share space now.
Cousin.
You feel what I'm saying? All day. I done told you, come up in here. It's cousins that have been here. This is what we do out here, the cash. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And let me tell you, you're a beautiful person. You know what I'm saying? You're a beautiful spirit. I'm telling you, just really everything you told me. And I told you on the phone, I said, I don't want to hear nothing. I said, because I want to catch it at the same time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That everybody else is listening to it. And I tell you, the thing, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect people anyway. But like, when I tell you, like, respect. And your story is so beautiful. It's of a person who went through all of this, and you're standing right here. And some people think, oh, I had this problem when I was coming up, and I didn't have this when I was coming up. And I'm like, do you realize that there's people who are way worse off than you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who have gone through like crazy stuff.
Exactly.
And they, but I got it. Everybody's weight is heavy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to take nothing away from anybody, but so they don't focus on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, there's some people that really go out and do some, have went through some things, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still come out to be producing people. After all that, you came out and you're still a producing person. You're still somebody going out here to do things for people.
Yes.
You're not selfish in one bit. You know what I'm saying? You waking up thinking about helping somebody.
Yes.
And that's a great feeling to have.
Yes.
When you can wake up and you can barely fall asleep because you like, yo, I hope God give me tomorrow because I got to go do this right here. Right? Like, that's a crazy feeling to have that.
Yes.
Ain't it?
Yeah.
But so many people would never experience it, though.
I know. It's amazing.
And see, that's the sad thing about it. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to go stare at their bank account and worry about, oh, well, I can't do nothing with that. I got to keep looking at that bank account and make sure it stay in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do nothing with it.
That's the story of Matthews. He gave one 5,000. The one that hid his gift. He wasn't too happy with that one that hid that gift, right?
But that's what people do, though.
Yes, and I thank you for allowing me.
Come on now.
Thank you for this. Thank God.
No, listen, girl. You listen. You about to. This is you did it for me.
This is the beginning.
You did it for me. You really did. I'm telling you, right? You did it for me. No, Jada, I'm telling you. I don't know. It's funny how the Lord do stuff. I promise you, it's funny how He do it.
And you know what's so magical is that I'm so emotional. I went through this whole thing. I've never went through this whole thing. I ain't shed a tear.
And you know why? You know why? Because your strength.
Won't He do it?
Right. Because He gave you your strength for it.
Yes.
Because you were doing it in silence. That's why you cried.
Yes.
You was doing it in you know what I'm saying, in, I ain't gonna call it secret, but you was doing it in an enclosed environment. That's why you were crying.
Yes.
See, it was the pressure because you wasn't getting it out.
Thank you.
You understand? You wasn't really releasing it yet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I want to congratulate you for living in your truth right now.
Thank you.
Because when we can live in our truth, and I'll share this with you. Today is my 1 year. I started a spiritual journey last March. I got rid of my worldly possessions. Every worldly possession I had, I got rid of it. Every worldly. I have worn sweatsuits. No, listen to me.
It's a good thing.
I have worn sweatpants, Chucks, and T-shirts for the past 12 months. My T-shirts have come from Walmart. I put my brand on them. My sweatpants come from a place I get it at a wholesale place. My socks come from a Walmart. My Chucks come from, I probably had to go to the store and get Chucks, got a bunch of them. And that's it.
Yeah, so your value system has changed.
Listen,
that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The most beautiful thing that has ever happened to me.
Yes.
And how is it funny that God placed this show for you to do this today on my 1 year. 1 year. And what day is your birthday?
October 11th. What day is your birthday?
And my birthday is October 11th.
And this is usually a very stressful month for me because of the Pisces season kicks in. And I've got this here. See that big Pisces on me?
That was what I mean was?
His birthday is March 20th.
So
I usually plan to wait. I usually be stressed out during this
right.
month. But this is an enlightenment month. I plan to do something every Monday and I'm going to change some lives this month.
You already changed some lives.
I got Pisces tatted on me. I'm like, oh, it's Pisces season. And then I'm hearing so much stuff about the stars and, stuff that happens within the Pisces season.
You already did it. You already changed some lives. You changed my life.
Thank you. You changed my life.
You changed my life. That day you called.
This is amazing.
When you said your number and I called you, you changed my life.
Thank
in a way. You know what I'm saying? So just to be part of a significant life-changing event for me, I mean, you like forever there. You know what I'm saying?
This.
Forever there.
Hello, Houston. Anita, where you at? No.
So listen, let me tell everybody something, man. This is a beautiful young lady right here who has been through the fire. She's been through the flame. And she came out, you know what I'm saying, like a phoenix. This is why she went to Egypt. And by her going to Egypt, she has her daughter Egypt. You understand? It's a reason why.
Yes.
Everything happens, I promise you. And I'm not trying to get on no spiritual thing. I'm just trying to say it's a reason why.
Yes.
And once we get away from all this material stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's wonderful to have nice things. So I would never say not having nice things. You know what I'm saying? I love nice things. But if we focus on taking care of people, if we focus on pushing people the right way, get out of this money thing.
Yes.
Money's not going to always be here. I promise you. I've never spoken nothing out of my mouth that has not come true. Yes. That's why I'm careful about what I say. So I say this. Get yourself around some people. Ultimately, that move a little different than you do.
Yes.
You're not going to like the way they move. And it's because they move a little differently than you do. It's not going to be the sexy moves. It's not going to be the popular moves. But I promise you, the way they move is probably something that you need to look at. And that's just being real.
Yes.
So, I ain't dropped no bombs on them tonight because one, this is amazing. It's so amazing that it's amazing. It really is amazing. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Thank you for having me.
But I gotta do one thing. I'm sorry. Listen, you don't throw me off my thing, girl. You know what I'm saying? Got me all throwed over here.
Routine.
Hold on. Victoria Thomas, she said it's awesome. I do apologize. I know everybody has some stuff to say. Damn it, G5, I didn't know that. I gave you something. If you need it. Huh? I'm lost on that one. I can't. If you need to read, go ahead. But no. So what it is? No. It was the stuff I bought. It's stuff I got. So no. So I haven't used it yet. You know what I'm saying? But I will be using it. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait till after the first to use it. My buddy gave me right there. He gave me this great gift. It's this thing it's crazy. It's crazy expensive too, but it's crazy. You just write in it and it does stuff and send it to your computer.
Automatic.
I ain't re-gifting that. I'm keeping that. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I'm gonna keep that. It's nice.
Keep that one.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that right there. It was just after the 12 months. So I'm after 12 months. Tomorrow gonna be defective after 12 months. So tonight is a bunch of meditation tonight. So it ends it. It's like ends my fast. Who we got here? Let me do this real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna I got the phone lines open up, you know what I'm saying? Please call in and make sure I get set up real quick. Let's see. This was just too beautiful. Woo. Let's see. All right, I got the phone lines open up. You can call in 832-779-6068. That is 832-779-6068. Who that, mama?
Yeah.
Yo, mama, I'm gonna say what's up to mama. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me. I tell mama what's up. Well, mama calling my baby out there. Did she got my baby over there? That's what mama said.
Yeah, this is my grandbaby.
You know what I'm saying? My grandbaby at out there talking that noise over there. Okay, who get? Yeah, who gonna call in? Come on, 832-779-6068. 832-779-6068. Now I saw all that talking in the comments over there now.
779.
Huh?
What's the number?
832-779-6068. Yeah, let's see.
No questions?
Nobody got nothing, huh? They probably sitting there crying. That's probably what it is. Got everybody out here crying out here.
That's a good thing. No questions. The Wink and Drink app.
Hey, listen. Hey, wink, drink, do it. You know. So well, I want to call. So what's next? What's next for you?
For me?
Yeah, what's next? Because we ain't shutting nothing down. So what's next?
I'm working on my book, writing my book, working on a documentary for Netflix.
Okay.
And right now I'm looking for new boxers.
Looking for new boxers.
Yeah, I'm looking for kids and people who want to get into the boxing world.
So how can they get in contact with you?
My website. You can follow me on Instagram at get.
Okay, hold on. Somebody to call in.
Fit.
Hold on a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I got this glass replaced on this phone, and they put the thick glass on it. So when they did that,
got you all mixed up.
Yeah, man. Sometimes people just I don't know what be wrong with it. All right, let's see.
Hello.
Hey, this is 5 Cass. Who we got on the line?
Oh, this Charles.
Charles Green. What's going on, baby? How we doing tonight, man?
Oh, doing great.
Yeah, what you got for my lady out here? I think you got to turn it down for a minute.
Let me catch his remote. Yeah.
Hello, Charles.
Okay.
You here? Charles.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. You hear him now?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you now. We got you now.
There we go. Good evening. How you doing?
What's going on now? How we doing?
I'm doing great. And I just called you. I just want you to know you are a blessing to a lot of people that's listening. Your story is amazing. A lot of us have gone through or been through some of your story. Me personally, that your hospital experience with the aneurysm, I went through the same thing versus from a motorcycle accident, which I was told I would never walk again. And that drive and that determination and that prayer, it just brings you all the way through. And definitely keep those that has no inspiring words
away
from around you.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear my experience is similar to yours. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And so even just coming in and getting on the podcast and sharing your story is going to bless a lot of people.
Thank you. That's what my goal is, to change lives and let people know that it's okay.
So how long was the recovery for you, Charles?
My accident was in February 2002.
Oh, okay.
I was in Bench Hall for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
What? Man.
That's a blessing in itself.
And you getting out there every
day. So,
day
like I say, and I would like to say, I just really felt, your position to where, coming out of the coma and not being able to move anything from the waist down, and the doctors not wanting to tell you what went on, what happened, if you was paralyzed or any of that.
Yes. That was the thing. The doctors, they just like, no, just take this medicine.
That's something right there. So as far as your recovery, did you take some initiatives yourself there, Charles, or how was the staff? I mean,
Yeah, after the hospital, and I was moved to the rehabilitation hospital, and at that time, I had custody of my daughter. You know, she was a baby,
Right.
and the drive, she was my drive and my push to where, you know, I was her only provider. Her mother was not in the picture, so. You know, being in that wheelchair, and I can't do this. And then when she would want me to hold her and sit on my laps, and I couldn't because she would hurt my legs.
Right.
So your total mindset helped you to recover from that. That's
right. And so it was just that, you know, going through the therapy, and as you were saying, going through the therapy, and they, you know, it's like, well, Mr. Green, you know, you can't do this. And I'm like, no, I got to walk. Yes. I can't.
Talking to yourself, right? Motivating yourself, right?
That's powerful. The power of thought, the power of being positive.
Yes.
The power of having something to focus on. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, with that, you know, speaking to myself and, you know, a praying grandmother and a mother, and that's what got me through.
Thank you for sharing that.
You know, still today, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I walk with a limp, but I walk.
Right. Look at you. Look at you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what you focused on? You walk. Most people be, oh man, I walk around this limp. I feel sorry because I'm walking around this limp. But they're walking. Well, people wake up complaining about something, right? I tell you, I don't feel good today. I tell you, blah, 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 right? But they living.
Yes.
But you want to focus on something else except living. And that's why you're where you're at in your life. Because you're focused on the wrong thing. Yeah. You know. And that's just being harsh about it.
Appreciate it. Like I say, thank you for sharing. Five, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. Great show, man.
Appreciate you.
Watching every episode.
I appreciate you, Charles. You always there with me, brother.
Thank you.
Good night.
And remember you said Charles Green was with you?
Thank you.
His name is Charles Green. Crazy.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Have a good night.
All right, thank you.
All right. Yeah. So, you know, so and there's things like that you're gonna hear.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear when you put this out here like this right here, and I'm telling you, so people are gonna treat you differently. That I will tell you, once they see this and they hear it, they are gonna treat you differently. And what it is, it's gonna be a respect though. They're gonna give you more respect than they gave you before, and they already gave you mad respect. Now they're gonna be like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. Get it? They be like, Jada, what? Jada, who? That's what they're gonna say.
Thank you.
Listen, and once you open up your Drink and Wink app, your Wink and Drink app, they're gonna be flooding that. They're gonna flood that. Listen, you about to get all kind of
dating season.
Hits.
It's dating season. If you don't have the app, make sure you download it now.
Listen, you see it right here on the sleeve right here. I've been advertising all night.
A Wink and Drink.
You know what I'm saying? Wink and Drinks right there on the sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Listen, product placement is always the best thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, everybody, for really tuning in and listening to her story. Please follow her. You say you're gonna be where you going to Vegas?
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas just to do an interview next Monday, but I am accepting clients. If you're looking for a personal trainer or you're looking for some boxing skills or something like that, feel free to hit me up.
Male and female, right?
Yes. 888-414-1803. If you're a young champ out there, or you're looking to get into some Golden Gloves or some boxing tournaments this year, it's going to get back opened up. So hit me up and let's get some things cracking. And I look forward to working with anyone.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, y'all know me. You know how we do. You know how we got to end this thing right here. We going, let me see, make sure my cue is the cue right thing right there. Shoot. I'm saying no.
Get it right. Get it tight.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, I got to end with my jam. You know, we're going to let my little bro, Jay Will, take us out. You know, hey, join tomorrow. I got the man, the myth, the Mr. Hello Houston himself. Big Tristan is going to be in the building tomorrow. Him and his brother. So they're going to come on in tomorrow evening. Please join in. It's going to be an electrifying evening. And just like tonight it was. And of course, Wednesday we're going hard. Thursday we're going hard. And Friday we're going hard. So it's going to be a good thing here on 5Cast. And it's about promoting businesses. Okay. Not just promoting, you know what I'm saying, but ensuring that they are successful. So if you're not doing that, I'm going to challenge you to do it. So thank you. And we're going to close it out with some more J Will.
Be blessed.
It's the king of love track, baby. Take Will. Take Will. Everybody take Will. Come on. Take Will. Do the take Will. I'm in the club, nigga, talk with the long barrel. When the music stops having singing, not Christmas carols. People hate me, man, I really do know why. They see the wings on my back and they know I'm gon' fly. So what the fuck's supposed to do? Just try to please people. Got my indicate crew family and I don't big people. Remember, used to put newspaper in my tennis shoes. Used to walk around in them tennis, the mini shoes. For party nigga, I was too thugged out for that. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be a rat. But niggas told on me, nigga, they got it in return. Now in they mama's living room in a nice earth. Fuck you, your whole crew, bitch, cause you gon' get caught. Blow your brains out in your lap, now hold that thought. Motherfuckers, stop pretending of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop pretending. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop pretending. This just for my killers who just straight up murder. Leave you in the sewer dead just like a nigga turtle. I got connects with the real fucking black mob. And I'm trying to get it right with my man God. So anytime I don't believe me that there's no problem. Niggas will torture your ass, you wish they fucking rob you. Menace to society, that's my favorite one. Desert Eagle 50 caliber, that's my favorite gun. My next is running, yes I'm gunning for the fucking dome. You the home kid cause you always running fucking home. MBK got a boy, your house will clap it up. I run my mouth like a big booty bitch, I can back it up. Try niggas on pickups just like they did in Jasper. Keep fucking around, your new friend is gonna be Casper. You gon' be in the casket, people trying to comfort on you. But so many hoes ain't taking can play golf for me. Motherfuckers stop pretending of a new ever. Jay will get in and pop a nigga cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop pretending. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and pop a nigga cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop pretending. Fuck that shit, boy, I'm tired of being nice. White shit in your head, this Mac is not a fucking lice. I keep the termites fed like a pistol, stay with some lead. Like Marita, dog, stay with some bread. I lived in the trailer, not no projects. It's still got but you wouldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Tell out my snitches, head to fucking moms. Niggas tell on me, goddamn, they drop the fucking down. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch, young ready strapped, but they don't fucking understand to get the bitch to that head, that gun clap. This the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and pop a nigga cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and pop a nigga cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches stop